What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that human connection means the world. By connecting with one another, we know we're not alone. By connecting, we feel what others feel. We breathe better, laugh easier, and feel healthier. At Regents, connection is at the heart of everything we do. It inspires our commitment to our communities and to you. Here, health isn't just a you thing, it's a we thing. Regents Blue Shield. Together we health.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4118. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock, Montgomery. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's meat and potatoes cuts the unhealthy cheese. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted. All right, here we go. Just a regular day in Texas as a giraffe tries to take a kid from the back of a pickup truck. Meanwhile, Texas charges you for power when it's out for days. That sure does suck. To a New York apartment where a woman finds a python under her sink. A woman finds out why every night her corgi is gone in a blink. And it turns out that Red Bull can give you wings and maybe a tow truck drive. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. Here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel, Seth.
Spin it, dude.
I am getting
Let's
that.
go.
We will spin a category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right.
Because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Pam, who thought that a Shih Tzu was the name of the new poop museum in Arizona, and found a way to answer 14 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To be a contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's time to dust off your glove, grab your bat, and hit the road for some baseball. But before you head to the game, make sure your ride is in top shape. At Axton Automotive, our skilled mechanics ensure your vehicle is running smoothly so you can focus on cheering for your team. Don't strike out this spring. Get your car ready for baseball season. Visit AxtonAutomotive.com or call 360-685-7976.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, Patrols, away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4118. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on this beautiful Thursday. Guaranteed future repeat as the head chef is back. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. People love cheese. I guess the other day was actually National Cheese Day.
National Cheese Day.
You didn't have your cheese trio, man?
Telling you, I'm still on Parmesan. Had a little bit of it last night. Fantastic cheese.
You get our National Cheese Day family photo card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff. But apparently, there are some cheeses that are better than others as far as your health is concerned.
These are just the 10 unhealthiest.
All right.
Now, a lot of them on the list, you're not going to eat that often.
Okay.
But there is a couple heavy hitters in there that's going to hurt.
All right. Okay. I'm assuming they're going to be more on the soft side, a lot of these.
I mean,
that's what I'm
texture-wise, but they're not little punks.
Okay. All right. I'm following.
Soft-ass cheese.
The unhealthiest cheeses coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. We do have a few updates for the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. Thank you guys for emailing in the locations where you find it. We got one today, man. They've got it on ice at an AMP.
Yeah, man, that was...
Yeah, we'll give you the location coming up. But keep sending those pictures in. Let us know where you found it. I was in Bevmo early this morning. That's when you know you're an adult. When you go to the liquor store before you go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, there was our six-pack of Men's Room IPA right there, front and center, in the IPA section of the Bevmo in Ballard. So if you're in Ballard, just know that they have them in there.
I've done that a few times.
Let's stop by the Bevmo early.
Yeah, like there's a Total Wine by my house. Like you're right. You just feel weird. It's like, yeah, I swear it's for. I always got to go. It's for later.
Well, yeah. I mean, my thing is like I'm passing it now.
I wouldn't question it until you say it without me asking. It's for later. I'd be like, he's lying. That dude's a drunk.
Yeah, but it still feels weird walking into a liquor store at 9:00 in the morning and just kind of. I'm just browsing now. I think I got the whole store to myself. So now I'm taking my time, looking around, seeing all the different stuff. It's not,
don't feel weird.
It's not packed in there on a Thursday afternoon.
There's a reason they opened at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And they just assume you're a drunk when you roll in.
They got all kinds of cool stuff in there. They do have some cheeses. They've got a cooler in there with some.
Yeah, those stores are great.
They got everything you need. But it's available definitely at the Bevmo if you are in Ballard. Also, Mike's Chili Parlor. If you want to get it on draft for lunch, they've got it there now. So it's one of the locations that's had the men's room product on forever, and now they've got the men's room IPA from Black Raven. It's
We're doing all right in Ballard, man.
Yeah, we are.
You got Olaf's, you got Mike's, you got the Bevmo, and there's what's the Australian bar that's there?
Oh, the one that's up in the old library?
Yeah. Damn it, I can't think of the name, but I know they put it on
It is in Australia. Man, I never can remember the name of that place. It's a great bar, too.
It really is.
And Petoskey's down in Fremont. They carry the men's room IPA. We'll give you an updated list, and thank you for the emails that you send in for the men's room at KISW.com.
Is that Kangaroo and Kiwi?
Yes,
it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I've watched rugby there.
Yeah, well, they have our beer there now.
Makes sense. You can go in there and get a delicious blooming onion. And today is the day that we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin that category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or what? You know they got to have a big onion.
You made the blooming onion the national food of Australia.
It is. Yes, it is. Name one thing better.
From Australia.
The kookaburra wings.
It's not from Australia.
How do you know?
It's from Outback.
Well, no rules. Blooming onion's fantastic until it hits your stomach.
Yeah.
It's like eating at Hooters, man. It tastes good going down, then all of a sudden you go, uh-oh.
You know, blooming onion, and all they drink is Foster's.
Pretty much.
All those, and Russell Crocodile.
And an oil can,
Yeah, and have knives.
That's right.
Nice.
So we're going to spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy was Pam. It took her 13 questions to get one right. And as we like to do, we play Big Dummy. We do a men's room poll. So last time we asked you to pick an Uber driver.
Oh, that's right.
Someone's going to come and pick you up. Who are you picking? We have the 105-year-old woman. As Ted was bitching about the fact that his mom is 80 years old and he wishes the state of Maryland would do that thing where maybe at a certain age, you need to be retested.
Just the driving part.
Or both. I mean, why not? I mean, it's a two-part thing.
Yeah, it is, but and let's be honest, all right? You do the written part, you know the rules, and then you ignore all of that. It just comes down to the driving, right?
All right.
The cop's never going to pull you over and ask you those questions. They're just going to nab you on your driving ability.
Next up is a driver with no arms. Turns out there is a driver with no arms out there. I don't know if they're driving for Uber or not, but it is possible. It can be done. Next up was a blind guy.
Do you think if she applied, she has a case? Like, hey, man, it's discrimination. And we would understand Uber saying, like, look, man, it makes us uncomfortable, but her argument, I can drive. I have my license.
Yes.
Why aren't you hiring me?
Anything to give her a leg up in court.
Oh, wow.
Next up on the picks there was a blind guy followed by a 10-year-old. Here's how the results shook out. We put the poll up for you every week if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. Coming in at fourth place with only 3% of the vote, your Uber driver would be a blind guy.
Okay.
That was because you could maybe put it in auto, or you could just say turn left now, or whatever you got to do, like tap him on the shoulder, maybe left shoulder, left turn, right shoulder, right turn.
But does he know how sharp of a left or right he needs to take?
Does he know what speed he's going?
I mean, I might as well drive at that point. Like, if I have to do all the work, why am I getting the Uber?
That's why
he has
3%
to check his mirrors, though, just for the spot.
Coming in at third place, 10% of you said, I'll take the 105-year-old woman. Only 1 in 10 says the 105-year-old woman feels safe with that as an Uber driver. At 42%, no arms, you said?
Wow, okay.
That came in second and barely squeaked out 10-year-old boy, which was your number one answer. If anyone was going to pick you up in an Uber, you would take the 10-year-old at 45%. Okay, today on the poll, we're going to talk about superpowers. I know, ironically enough, Ted, you said that on the podcast the other night, the top topic was a superpower, right?
Yeah, we did a couple weeks ago. We're literally talking about what superpower would you want.
Okay, so
what did you pick for yourself?
That's what I'm curious about you guys now. What superpower would you take?
I think I want invisibility.
And
why?
What's the reason?
Would you use it for anything good?
Rob banks and look at boobs.
Yeah, right. That's my thought. That's exactly what I would do if I could be invisible and look at boobs.
Look at boobs.
Yeah.
How would you rob a bank if you're invisible? The safe is still locked. You still have to say something like, give me all your money. And they're like, give who the money?
But if I'm invisible and I walk into a teller and the till just opens, they're going to think there's a ghost in there.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, he could also just go in with a gun and a bag and just say, put all the money in there. It's just a floating bag with a gun.
You're invisible.
I'd be more inclined to give it to him.
You're invisible, but they're still behind a locked area. So you still have to get in there. You can't pass through walls with invisibility. You're not a ghost. You're just invisible.
No, but I could just stand next to, like, eventually they got to pee. They open that door, I slide
All right,
in.
okay, all right.
Ted's going to wait him out.
Look, I haven't thought. I don't know. I think invisibility was what we.
What if the dye pack goes off and blows on you? Now people can see you.
There's Blue Ted.
Yeah, it's a good point.
He looks like an avatar.
Right. Because we were talking about if you could hear other people's thoughts. I was like, hell no.
No.
That would be awful.
Mike, what would be your superpower?
Probably flight. Even though
I'm right there with you.
Even though I'm afraid of heights,
Me too.
levitation, whatever it is, dude. I go too many places all the doggone time.
How long would it take
Point
you?
A to point B.
Exactly.
But how long would it take you to convince yourself that you can fly, right? So this miracle thing happens and they say, Mike, you now have the power of flight. Now, we know you're scared of heights.
Right.
So you stand on this bridge, and you got to trust us. The only way to fly is to jump the hell off of this bridge.
Not necessarily. I'd be the lowest flyer out there, dude. Like, everybody's up there soaring high above the clouds. Like, not me. I'm right over I-5.
You're going to clip a power line.
Damn right.
And that's eventually
But
how
that's
you're gonna
one
die.
thing to consider with flight, right? So if you're going to go up really high and really take into view and take advantage of flight, it's going to be cold.
Right.
It's going to be windy if it's been
It's
anything
super
like the last
windy.
few
Air's
days.
thin.
Yeah, the air's thin. I'm just saying.
Like the
there's
last
little things
3 or
to
4
consider.
days would not be good flying days.
No.
You could
it'd be
do
terrible.
it. But, you know,
And
like
also, I'd be afraid of a plane taking me out.
yeah, but it'd be weird. Like, I'd fly with, like, golf clubs on my back or, you know, there would luggage, you know. If I'm going on a weekend trip away, maybe I want to go up to Victoria. I don't want to deal with the border. I just fly up there, you know, got a backpack on.
You'd be like Will Smith and Hancock, just flying with a handle, just drinking.
Well,
And the
there's
other thing with flight, though, now think about this, right? Because you know how people are.
no one
right?
says you can't fly and drink.
Yeah.
The problem with people is, so you tell them, hey, man, just don't shine a laser into a helicopter. They do it. Now, if you're flying around, I'm telling people to take shots at you because you're not bulletproof.
Right.
You're just flying.
Man, I'm taking out drones. I'm throwing them, making kids cry.
Would you streak? Would you fly naked?
Sure. I mean, it depends on the weather.
Sure.
It depends on the weather.
Get above the clouds,
dude,
man.
I'd fly upside down and just moon everybody on the beach. Like the backstroke, you know, just up in the air. Check that out.
Fly a banner back there. It says, call me.
Yeah, maybe like that kid who did the zip line in Vegas, just poop everywhere.
Yeah, just
all the pee all over the crowd down below Fremont. So, yeah.
Just knowing how I am, man, I think I'd have to take, like, teleportation. Because I just get sick of crap. Like, I'm out. You know, like the Irish exit. Like, guys, I'm out here, poof, and I'm already home. I don't need an Uber. I never have to get on a plane. Just like, you know, my mom said, hey, come down to New Mexico and visit us. All right, man, is the room ready? Because I'm going to be there in 3 freaking seconds.
I would like
and you know what I would do just to mess with my parents? I'd, like, poof, in there. Like, raid the refrigerator, do my laundry there, then poof the hell out.
My thing is, I would like to teleport, but I also would like the journey there.
Yeah.
Because I'll sometimes watch those shows. I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's like the flight shows.
Yeah.
Where they just fly over stuff.
Yeah, Aerial America.
Oh, Aerial America.
Yeah, I watch them all the time. Like, I get stoned and I watch that show.
I
think it's
want to
great.
start Areola America.
Where you just look at nipples?
We're just looking at nipples.
I would say the only downside to that show is I watched one on Montana before I went to Montana. And then I was like, can we go here? And they're like, no, that's 7 hours away. That's 8 hours away.
It's a big ass
God
state.
damn it, Aerial America?
Have they done one for Rhode Island?
They've done them for all 50.
It would be like a 2-minute episode.
Yep.
And there's Rhode Island.
So we're going to pick a superpower. That is our men's room poll today, and I have 4 options for you to have one of these 4 superpowers. It's going to be difficult, I think, for a lot of you to come to terms with what you would like to pick, but here are your options. Number 1, you can make anyone puke at any time.
Okay.
So your superpower is, no matter who it is, you can make them throw up whenever you want, just by looking at them, just by doing anything. They're going to throw up.
I think in my 20s, I may have picked that, right? Because in your 20s, you're being competitive with other guys, and somehow I never really got the hot chick.
Right.
It's always like my roommate or something, so when he's doing his thing, you're going to puke now.
Okay, so you can make anybody puke. Your next option, your superpower is you can make anyone fart at any time.
I might just take that one.
Whether they're giving a speech, maybe they're graduating, maybe it's the valedictorian, you don't even know them. You can make them fart.
You really want me at this wedding? Okay.
President of the United States, he's doing a speech. You can make him fart.
Do you think these 2 old-ass men running for president aren't doing that already? I think they'd be like, can you make him stop farting?
I'm an old-ass man. I fart all the time. But at any time, you can make a baby fart, a toddler fart, whoever you want.
Now, wait. Do we have control over what type of fart it is?
It's definitely audible.
Okay.
Yep. That's your superpower. Backward fart, right? Okay. Your next superpower is you can shut anyone up at any time.
Ooh.
You have the power to quiet someone.
Shut
your mouth.
That's right.
You have to say that for your power.
You know these social situations where you're just like, you know what? I just wish they'd shut them.
How about this one?
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
You can shut anyone up at any time. Someone says they need to talk to you. You have the power of shutting them up.
Shut your mouth.
You know, you have that phone call from your mom or whatever. You're just like, shut up. Your girl wants to sit down and talk to you. Shut up. You got the power to shut up. I just want to watch a movie. Shut up. Your drunk buddy. Shut up. Doesn't matter. You can shut anyone up at any time. Someone starts talking. You don't like what they say. Shut up. You got the power, all right?
All right.
We've always had those awkward conversations where someone's saying something like, guys like us, shut up. So,
Right.
shut them up. And the final one. You can break up any relationship at any time you want.
It's time to take off the leash.
Anytime, any couple. You're tired of people bickering. You're tired of them always walking out on the phone all the time, pacing back and forth out front. He should be in the bar with you guys, but oh no. You had to take this phone call, and she won't let him off the phone. Now, they're done. Break up.
Just romantic couples.
You're gone. If you're a couple in any way, shape, or form, you break them
Can you break up
You can break up a 30-year marriage if you wanted to.
Well, I'm saying, can you break up other couples?
Yes.
I just said that.
Not romantic.
Oh, not romantic.
Like, can I make Wilbon leave? Can I make Kornheiser leave and take his job with Wilbon?
Oh, I see. You're talking about like Hall & Oates. You're going to break them up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if that's the way you want to take it, sure. If that's what you needed to pick that option, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I was thinking more as far as like two people, like, man, she's hot. They're not together anymore.
Uh-oh, look out.
Yeah, but the problem is she still got to find you attractive and want to date you.
It doesn't matter. Now she has the opportunity.
Ted's going to make people break up with, like, football teams.
I got a chance for her. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Queen, you're no longer on the Steelers, friend.
So the men's room
Exactly.
poll.
So it's like, just romantic? I mean, I'd break up other couples.
Yeah. You're going to pick a superpower. Will it be to make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up at any time, or break up any relationship? Those are your superpowers. Big Dummy's coming up next, 206-803-ROCK.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at AmericanStandardAir.com/electrification.
I do it while making coffee.
I do it in the car.
I do it when the kids are asleep.
What are they all doing? Using Dermaclara's 100% medical-grade silicone patches. Safe, natural, and effective, these patches start showing results in just 20 minutes per use. Jessica saw her fine lines fade in a week, and Megan's stretch marks disappeared within a month. Dermaclara patches are reusable and easy to use. They deliver visible improvements in 30 days with just one ingredient. Visit dermaclara.com today and transform your skin anytime, anywhere.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Gatorade. Studied, tested, proven. With over 50 years in the making, it's scientifically researched and game tested to help replace the electrolytes you lose in sweat. Buy 2 Gatorade 28-ounce bottles for $5 at 7-Eleven today.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hey. Hello, Albert. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy.
Hello, Albert. Hola.
Albert, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Albert, welcome to Big Dummy.
What are you not sober on?
By the way, Ted is the best Australian.
All right.
Best Australian.
Well, the best Australian what?
Accent?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're right. People confuse me with Australian all the time.
That's why you do Aussie Ted. All right, Albert, pick a superpower in a men's room poll. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship. What are you taking?
Well, farts and fish sandwiches.
What's that?
farts and fish sandwiches.
Farts.
Oh, farts.
Farts and fish sandwich.
I am having a hard time with it.
All right.
All right, Albert.
Hear me good?
Yeah, we can. We just don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's more along those lines. All right, Albert, here is your question. Name one of the two first names of explorers Lewis and Clark.
Gable?
Wow.
Gable? Was it William Lewis?
It was
Meriwether Lewis.
Meriwether Lewis and William Clark.
You know, they didn't get along afterwards.
What went down between it? What, just spending too much time together, probably?
I believe one of them went back to being a slave owner.
Okay, well, that's
the other one was like, oh, dude.
Hey, let me know which one so I know which one I can say I hate. Very important.
I think it's Lewis.
We should look that up. All right, your question. What actress played the role of Joey Potter on the show Dawson's Creek? She later married Tom Cruise.
Ooh, that narrows it down.
Katie Holmes?
There you go, Albert. Nice job.
He's been married, what, Minnie Driver. What he married to? I think that was his first wife.
Nicole Kidman, Katie Holmes, and then no one Currently, right?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
I think after 3 times, you just kind of hang it up.
Yeah, like, dude, just have the sex without getting married. It's what Jamie Foxx did with Katie Holmes, right? Like, I find you very attractive. I enjoy your time. Let's have lots of sex. And then when it's done, he's like, I'm out. There's no divorce. There's no big thing.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mike? Oh, all right. It was
just those 3, yeah.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tom, are you on team sober or team not sober?
I'm sober.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you're going to pick a superpower on our men's room poll. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Probably shut anybody up.
Shut anyone up.
Shut them up.
Your mouth.
Who do you have in mind?
Yes, exactly.
There's one female that I have in mind that just doesn't ever stop talking.
What, are you married to this female?
No, no.
Okay, yeah, thought I'd check. All right, your question. Which organ cannot feel pain? Which organ cannot feel pain?
I don't know. The liver.
Your brain.
It is, in fact, the brain. By the way, Tom Cruise was married to Mimi Rogers, not Minnie Driver. So the brain does not feel pain. So I'm like, all right, what is a headache then? So here's the thing about having a headache. It's all these other parts of your body letting the brain know that they're in distress. So then the brain fires up your nerves.
So it's not really your head that's hurting. It's something else in your body?
It's something else in your body.
It's more of a sinus, isn't it?
And it's not even that, right? So if you're hungover, and, whatever it is that you trigger part of your body to be in distress, it sends the signals up to the brain. And instead of saying, I don't know, your arms feel heavy because you're hungover, your brain just turns it into.
Maybe that's why they say, like with people with bad migraines, that the foot rollers, where you just roll the bottom of your feet.
Yeah,
that will help ease some of the tension in your head.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently.
I think too. A lot of times you get a headache when you're hungover just because you're dehydrated.
Right, but that's it. So your body's telling you you're dehydrated instead of your brain just telling you to drink something. It's like, nah, we're gonna make your head hurt.
Right, but if the brain can't feel pain, then why is it you get a headache?
It's weird. That's what I went down that road and left a lot more confused.
Right, it's the head that hurts.
It's your head, not the brain, dude. All right, your question: what is the capital of New Jersey?
I think Trenton.
You got it.
Well done.
Nice job, Tom.
I don't know. I thought it was Newark for some reason.
No, Trenton.
I think Newark might be the biggest city, but
right.
Yeah,
Trenton, New Jersey.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Alex. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, you decrepit bitches.
Hola. Alex, you sober or not sober?
I am not sober.
Not sober, Alex. All right, welcome to Big Dummy.
Are you drinking men's room IPA?
No, dude, I'm in California. They don't sell that here.
Oh,
there you go. All right, Alex, you're going to pick a superpower. Are you going to make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship?
I want to make anyone puke while they are making a commencement speech and just watch all that stuff go all over the paper and do that multiple times.
Okay.
I would do it to news anchors. I mean, it doesn't matter, man.
Oscar speech.
Lifetime Achievement Award. I want to thank.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So, just real quick before we start, these Thursday shows are by and large my favorite of the week. And because of this, it has also inspired me to make my own version of Big Dummy that I now play with my friends.
Oh, nice. Oh, good, man. You should have just bought the board version that we had a few years ago. That's a lie. It never existed.
Clearly, I didn't think about that.
Clearly. All right, well, here is your question. Feel free to use among your friends. If a bar appears over a Roman numeral, it indicates that you multiply the value by what? 10, 100, 1,000, or 1 million?
Oh, God, I hate math.
And this is old ancient Roman math.
10.
Mike, you guessed a million? It is 1,000. We'll multiply it by, so you see a B with a bar over it, 5,000.
Gotcha.
So, because doesn't 1,000 have its own number? Isn't 1,000?
1,000 is an M.
M.
Because C is 100, M is 1,000.
Right. So 2 M's is 2,000, but also 2
You
with
could do
with a line over
two of
top.
the dots, right, and put a bar over top.
It's like shorthand Roman numeral.
For the lazy folks. Damn kids with their texting. All right, here's your question. Which fairy tale princess originally had 2 children named Dawn and Day?
Snow White?
Now, Snow White, she couldn't have kids. It was a horrible thing. Dawn and Day. Sleeping Beauty. Yes, indeed. Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. That is so creepy. She's so beautiful as she sleeps. All right, your question. Briar Rose is another name for what Disney princess?
See the first part?
Briar Rose is another name, is a nickname for what Disney princess?
Rapunzel.
I'll say Snow White.
Sleeping Beauty again.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other name?
Briar Rose. There's
Sounds like when you want to insult her. You talking about Sleeping Beauty? The old Briar Rose?
Ted, what is Sleeping Beauty's name? She's Princess
Ramona.
You don't want to go on the street.
Aurora.
Yeah. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to go there?
And I think Briar Rose was the name that they called her by when she was in hiding.
Yeah, something like that.
You can rent a power washer.
Was she in the
there?
Briar Patch?
Possibly.
She just didn't shave down there.
She was living with the fairies.
All right, come on, Mike. Your question, how many lines are in a limerick?
Ooh, good call.
Oh. A limerick.
A limerick.
Hang on. They do this all the time on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. God, what is it?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Is it 4?
5, right?
5. Yeah, 5 lines in a limerick.
Speaking of, question 5, Alex.
Question number 5. How many lines are in a sonnet? Back to high school days
I
of
have no
Shakespeare.
idea. 12.
7?
14.
14.
Does anybody check the work on that? Hey, I wrote you a poem. Actually, it's a sonnet.
You know somebody out there, and they're alone right now, but yes, somebody's done it.
I wrote a sonnet for a girl once, and she said, get away from
Those
me.
people are called nerds, Ted.
Oh, yeah, my bad, Alex.
All right, Alex.
Don't go too crazy on that NPR, all right?
How many lines are in a haiku?
Oh God! And I did very well in grammar class.
Were you guys writing haikus in grammar class?
When I had English in grade school, you had to write
I
one.
remember. 3.
Got it. Nice
There it is.
job.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, you wrinkly gentlemen.
Mike, sober, not sober.
Like to cross the coals here.
Sober.
Sober, Mike, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. Pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
I would do the shut up because I would also interpret that as I get the power to somewhat control their speech. I'm a whole like that Evan Beck, like you guys know Bruce Almighty, that movie?
Yeah.
With, Jim Carrey.
Uh-huh.
How he makes Evan Baxter. I'll do that to everybody.
Everybody. All right, Mike, here is your question. Before starting Wendy's, what fast food chain did Dave Thomas work for? McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, or Taco Bell? Actually, let me scratch that.
I don't. That's not right.
No, that is not right.
Because I know the
rephrase
answer.
that. Yeah. McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, or KFC. Sorry about that.
Oops. Well,
Thank God Mike doesn't pay attention.
I know.
That's what I was like, dude.
Like I read the question, looked down. I'm like,
y'all took my answer away.
Okay.
But they replaced it with another one.
Right.
you can still say Taco Bell if you want. I mean,
sometimes it's attached to the
we
Taco
need
Bell.
we need a little logical deduction here, Mike.
Burger King? It's related?
before
KFC,
starting
man.
Wendy's, he worked at KFC. KFC.
Yeah, I want to say he wanted to own a franchise or something. The Colonel was like, no. And he's like, all right, cool. I'll start something else.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all it took. Your question: how many tentacles does a squid have? Tentacles.
7.
I'll say 10.
10.
Wow.
10 tentacles.
7.
Oh.
Are there any creatures that have an odd number of limbs? I mean, not by accident. I mean, intentionally. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a one-armed monkey.
Depends on what you consider a limb.
Yeah.
Right.
The narwhal?
Narwhal, yeah.
Narwhal.
It's got the one horn.
But is that a limb or? No, I mean,
Right.
it's a horn. I mean, a
That's
rhino.
what you're saying. Is there any asymmetrical?
Right. Do you have 4 legs or do you have 2? Do you have 2 arms? Do you have, right? I
We
mean,
consider an elephant's trunk, maybe.
is that
It's
just
got
its
4 legs.
nose? Or
Yes,
is it,
yeah, but technically it's useful.
I mean,
It is a very
useful.
dexterous
I mean,
thing.
you can't
yeah.
pick stuff up with your nose.
My nose is useful, though. Not just for smelling stuff.
It helps you breathe.
Yeah. Sometimes people use it as like a little speed bump. Thank you, Thurl.
My nose is too wide, so I don't really, you know what I mean?
I thought I was doing something. Apparently, I'm just laying here.
He doesn't even need his mouth or nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Your
Get the
question.
slug off me.
Which male vocal range is pitched between tenor and bass?
This was in the brass section. I had a lot of buddies here.
Soprano?
What is that?
Soprano?
Baritone.
Question number 4.
Question number 4. What is the only substance that Superman cannot see through?
That ass.
Even Superman can't see through that thick ass girl.
Can you say that one more time?
What is the only substance that Superman cannot see through?
Love.
What'd you say?
Love.
What?
I still don't know what he said.
Love.
Love? Substance.
Did you say love?
Yes.
What the hell, man?
Can't see through their lips.
Can you see through love, Mike?
What is the only substance that Superman
I
cannot see
can
through?
follow what he's doing here. Like, Superman can't, his powers don't work on love.
Yeah.
He's, yeah,
Just
we'll go.
spin the wheel.
Yeah, thanks
Lead?
for bailing him out,
Is it
Ted.
lead?
Lead. Yeah.
Lead.
Oh, he's like an x-ray machine.
Yeah, basically his X-ray vision.
Yeah. Question 5. Mike.
Put your arms up, please.
By the way, I have multiple answers. Well, I have one answer for multiple people to the creature that has an odd number of limbs. Starfish.
Okay. Okay.
I was wondering, things just said starfish. I'm like, what the F is everyone talking about?
That last one's not a leg.
Yeah, I know. No, I only got 4. I don't know. All right. Your question, sticking with superheroes, what newspaper does Peter Parker work for?
The Daily Bugle?
All right.
There's the Daily Bugle?
Yeah.
Where did you think you were?
I don't know.
You sound like you know Peter Parker personally, and you're like, they hired Peter Parker at the Daily Bugle?
That rag.
Oh, my God.
That dumbass.
Jonah Jameson's rag, dude. What the hell?
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 round.
Hello, Ari. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey there.
Hola. Ari, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober. Ari, welcome to Big Dummy.
Thank you.
All right, Ari, our men's room poll. Pick a superpower. You can make anyone puke. You can make anyone fart. You can shut anyone up, or you can break up any relationship.
I would love to be able to shut people up. Shut your mouth!
Anyone in particular you're thinking of?
Does it work? Do you have to be in person, or can it be with people like on TV?
Anyone you want. Anytime you want.
Oh, I would love to watch Fox News and just tell them all.
Wow. I had a feeling that's where that was going.
Yeah, once you say TV. You know what I would do? As a football fan, whoever is on the Ravens schedule, your quarterback's not going to be able to call a play. I mean, at the moment he's about to tell you the play, it ain't coming out of his mouth.
Well, I could watch
you can call a couple timeouts. You can run back over to the coach. I mean, or you can improvise, do what you got to do, but they're not calling a single play.
See, but I'd screw with him. I'd let him call the play. I'd let him get to the line. I'd let him start the cadence, but he never huts.
Hey! Delay of game.
I just shut up Buck.
And somehow, I feel like we'd still lose to the Chiefs. Well, Mahomes out there improvising.
He would just find a way to signal his...
Yeah, exactly. He already knows hand signals. When did they go over that?
Son of a bitch. All right, here's your question. What killed the majority of soldiers during the Civil War?
Infection.
I'll give it to you. Disease.
Yeah.
And mostly dysentery and diarrhea. Diarrhea.
How did you die?
I can tell by the smell you ain't feeling well. Diarrhea. Think about it. He was a soldier who died in the Civil War. Well, he pooped himself to death, but nevertheless, he was a brave man.
All right, they didn't have a lot of rations.
Didn't have a lot of what?
Rations, like fresh food and stuff. So you're just eating
blankets, and then you pass these disgusting blankets to other guys who get sick. All right. Since you are one and done with your big brain, we have a true or a 50-50 question for you. Dog or cat, which has more teeth?
More teeth?
More teeth.
Ooh, cat.
Believe it or not, it's a dog has 42 teeth. A cat has 30 teeth. However, if you give them meth, those numbers drop by 18.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at AmericanStandardAir.com/electrification.
I've got this neighbor, Ned, who brags about having the best smart home. So I showed him my Ecobee smart home. Turns out, Ecobee's a lot smarter, is easier to use, and saves money. Ecobee's the smartest choice I've ever made, except for my little Pomeranian. Oh, yes. Oh, you are so cute. Aren't you my little pom-pom? Sorry. So tell the Ned on your block about Ecobee. Just yell, get yourself a smarter home. Visit ecobee.com today.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With an American Standard heat pump system, the future of heating and cooling your home is already here. Bringing constant comfort to your home, American Standard heat pumps are energy efficient, reliable, and ready for tomorrow, today. Plus, making the upgrade from your traditional furnace or AC unit is easier than ever before with home energy offers, rebates, and tax credits. Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification. American Standard, built to a higher standard.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sean. Welcome to the Men's Room. We'll get back to Sean. He's currently occupied. Hello, Bryce. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello there.
Hola. Bryce, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober, Bryce. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Bryce, our Men's Room poll. You get to pick a superpower. Are you taking make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship?
I'll take shut anyone up and go on Jeopardy.
There you go.
Shut your mouth.
That means you still have to get one right.
But he only has to get one right.
One right.
The whole thing.
Hey, Ted, I've got a joke for you.
All right, what's up?
What do you call an orange wearing a wig?
What do you call an orange wearing a wig?
Yep,
I don't know what.
a former president.
All right. That's fair.
That's real hair, though.
Bryce, you do
it's real hair. I wonder. I mean, just at his age, a lot of it's got to be combed over.
Bryce, do you do open mic night?
No, I do not.
Good.
Getting harsh in here. Rough out there.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, serious.
All right, Bryce, here's your question.
Not a joke.
Who was the most recent president to serve in the military?
Oh, I heard a story about this. George Bush, right?
Got it. One and done.
George
Nice
W.
job.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Right, W.
Yeah, he was in the
Because he's
Texas,
the Air National Guard.
Texas Air National Guard, yeah.
I wouldn't have given him credit, though.
A lot of people didn't want to, but they go, look, technically.
No, for the answer.
Oh.
Because there's two George Bushes.
But they both served in the military, technically.
All right. You're right.
H.W. also served in the military, but I went with Bushy George.
Yeah, Ted's right.
No, I'm not calling out W service.
Oh, no, a lot of people called out his service. They're like, no, he was part of the Texas Air National Guard. He's like, look, I'm sorry that nothing happened in Texas where I had to spring into action, but that is the part of the military I was in. Before we let you go, we give you a 50-50 question. True or false? Only about 1/5 of the Nile River is actually in Egypt. True or false?
Let's see. I think it's false.
It's true. Is it? Yeah, only 22% basically of the Nile is in Egypt. I have no idea where the hell else it goes.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Let's try Sean again. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hey, guys. Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries, bro.
Hola. Sean, sober, not sober?
Hola. I'm sober.
All right, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you get to pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Oh, for me, this is a no-brainer. I've been married a long time, so we need to be able to shut someone up.
Shut your mouth.
How long have you been married?
Oh, golly, I was afraid you might ask that. 33 or 4 years.
33.
Nick Calder.
And how many of those years has she been talking?
Most.
33 or 34. If I've been married 34 years, 33. And I've been married 33 years, 32 of them. All right.
It's been a lot of them.
I love her, though. Love her to death. Just wish she'd shut up.
I keep her still, but yeah, she talks.
All right, here is your question. Now, we just talked about the most recent president to serve in the military. The multiple choice question, how many U.S. presidents have served in the military? 19, 24, 31, or 36? It's 19, 24, 31, or 36.
Oh, gosh. Gut guess. I'm going to go 31.
One and done, Sean. Nice job.
I would tell you who they all are, but I was not going to write down 31 presidents. All right, before we let you go, 50-50 question for you. Which city is farther north, Seattle or Montreal?
I believe it's Seattle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are up there.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Matt, sober, not sober?
Not sober.
What are you doing, Matt?
Smoking a little weed.
Well, good for you. Nice day to do it. All right, Matt, pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Gotta go shut anyone up.
Shut your mouth!
Who do you have in mind?
Where do I start?
Check.
All right, here is your question, Matt. James Howlett. James Howlett is the alter ego of what Marvel superhero?
Not a clue.
Actually, that was the clue, dude.
Yeah. I gave you the clue. I gave you his name.
The Thing.
Nope.
Ant-Man.
Nope. Thor. Nope. I think Thor's name just Thor. Is
Captain
Thor
America.
Thor? Yeah, Thor's just Thor. Is Thor last name or is he just Thor?
No, it's Thor. He's just Thor.
Was it not like Thor McGillicuddy? It's just Thor.
Thor.
Okay. It would be Wolverine.
Yeah.
And everybody says it's Logan. Logan was a nickname he had. His name, or is his middle name. But yeah, James Howlett. James Howlett.
Isn't there a new Wolverine movie coming out?
Hugh
With
Jackman
Deadpool?
is working, with Deadpool. Who the hell's Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, your question. What year was the first Super Bowl played?
Let's go with 1962.
68? 67.
67. 1967.
Mainly because...
Chiefs and Packers? Is that right?
That was
Yeah.
Chiefs, Packers. Okay. Packers won, the first two, correct?
Correct. Then the Jets, the AFL won with the Jets in 69.
Over the Colts. And it was four, because I know the Vikings.
Chiefs win the next year.
The Chiefs, they beat the Vikings, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that was Len Dawson.
Okay.
Hank Stram. I always liked the fact he wore a blazer with the Chiefs logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chiefs beat the Vikings. Yeah, that's what I know.
It's kind of funny that everybody remembers the Jets, but it's like, hey, the AFL won 2 years in a row.
Yeah. And they were kind of the laughing stock when the leagues merged. 3 years in a row.
Yeah, Jets, Chiefs, Colts.
But the Colts, had they switched over to the AFC yet?
Ooh,
because remember, the Jets beat the Colts in the Super Bowl. That was Super Bowl III.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Jets were AFC, the Colts were NFC. So at some point, they switched over. So I don't know what year they made that switch. All right, here's your question. In what state would you find Gettysburg?
Pennsylvania.
Got it.
Yes, indeed.
You guys ever watch those Civil War shows?
Not too often.
Not really.
Like diaries and stuff?
No.
Yeah, I just watched one on Gettysburg. Super sad.
Really?
Yeah.
A buddy of mine who he chaperoned the 8th graders in school to D.C. And on one of the days, they went up to Gettysburg. And first of all, he goes, I cannot believe how close everything is. I said, dude, it's the East Coast. I mean, everything is super, super close. And he is a history buff. He's a history nerd. That's the guy who took political science, right? So all this stuff really matters to him. He was disappointed by Gettysburg.
Really?
It
Just a small town in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it may have been more that. Well, he said part of it was the tour guide they had was a little sketchy and just cracking like off-color and sexual jokes. And he's like, I'm here with 8th graders, man. You know what I mean?
That's so weird. As I'm a history buff, and I think Gettysburg is one of the more impressive places to
the
go.
two of you would definitely get along.
Well,
with your love of history.
Antietam is boring. If you go there, it's a farm field.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was a place where bad things happened. But when you go there now, you're like, this is awesome, man. They should have a festival out here.
Well, Antietam, too, you got to keep in mind, is just one day. Like,
Right.
Antietam's the bloodiest one day, but, like, Gettysburg's more of a story. It's fought over 3 days. And then you have Pickett's Charge, which basically, they lose that. And even the show I was watching the other day, they know, right? They never invade the North again.
Right.
They slowly retreat, but, like, the soldiers know, like, oh, we're
screwed.
This is over.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Then my man Sherman went to the South.
Sure.
Taught him a lesson.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
Well, to quote Jason Lee and embody Battlestar Galactica, hola, my morose motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
What the hell's going on today, Mike?
Jared, are you sober or not sober? I'm going to guess not sober.
Well, you guys talk about California sober. I'm going to throw in, I'm a Rocky Mountain sober right now. And that last conversation it was a good one, but man, a buzz killer. So I'm actually very sober now.
Oh, Rocky Mountain sober. What's that, mushroom? You're on mushrooms?
No, that's just beer and bowls, man.
I'm going to pick Shut Anyone Up for you, Jared, and I'm just going to move on.
I've had that issue. I get it from my mom. So I love the first two options. The third, well,
I'm not even giving you a choice.
And others said it to me. But, right now, it'd be kind of fun to watch people break up. But that's just me.
Look, you should watch reality TV. It's built for that. By the way, Mike.
No, I can't do it. Like Osborne's was the last I enjoyed. I've never liked reality TV because they, MTV Real World tanked one of my favorite bars in Denver in the day. So.
And keep that bitterness, brother.
Yeah, well, I need a good fire pit. And what else,
All right, Jared, here's your question. The asteroid belt lies between what two planets?
Mars and Jupiter, and there's ways that we can do better options than what Elon Musk thinks for giving Mars an atmosphere. So,
well, Elon Musk is an idiot. He just has a lot of money.
Well, yeah, he's an idiot. We know that.
All right, here is your 50-50 question.
Are you related to Eastwood?
No, I'm a Buchanan from all around, and the Alaska folk who ended up in Colorado. So, whatever.
All right, but yes. All right, your question. True or false? There are only 4 countries that do not have an official primary language.
I do want to say true.
Well, you can say that.
Well, that's where I'm leaning.
But you're wrong. There would be 8. 8 of them. Pakistan, who we just beat in cricket. That's right.
T20 World Cup. Take that, Pakistan.
Ethiopia, Somalia, Costa Rica, Australia, the UK, and the United States.
Okay, I'm going to hit this button.
Don't.
And we're going to pray for normal.
No. Don't do it, man.
Oh, by the way, Thrill, a bulk of the Nile River's in the Sudan.
And Thank you. Now I know. I'm going to drop that knowledge. People think I'm smart.
You really want me to do this?
I don't. Damn it.
I did it.
Damn it, man.
Come on, just pray. One normal person, please.
Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Eric or Zach?
You.
Okay, yeah. I was almost named Eric, which is kind of funny.
So you're Zach?
Yes, Zach.
All right.
Hello, Zach.
Sober or not sober?
Hello.
Zach, are you sober or not sober? Holy hell.
Not sober.
Okay.
I'll try to be normal, though.
Okay. Thanks, Eric.
I mean, the bar's been set pretty low, so you don't have to put in much effort.
Yeah, Zach, you're going to pick a superpower. You're going to make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm choosing the puking because I can make people shut up by puking in their mouth.
Okay. It's a well-thought-out plan. All right, Zach.
Yeah, it's a twofer. I'm trying for the twofers.
Here's your question. What branch of science is concerned with the study of energy and matter?
Physics?
One and done, Zach.
One and done.
Nice
All
job.
Right. Hold on before we let you go. True or false? Nearly 2/3 of all meteorites on Earth are found in Africa.
Ooh. Why not? I'll say true.
What's that?
True. I said true.
Oh, now. 2/3 of all meteorites on Earth are found in Antarctica. Mike, just so you know, Thor does have a last name. that many people have checked in with, you stupid ass, Odinson, as in son of Odin.
I think it's Odin's son.
Thor Odinson.
Odinson. You know,
Don't do it, Miles.
That's written on his desk.
Do we have a chance? What are the names? Can I pick a name?
Sure.
Just,
All right. Okay, hang on. Let's go through.
I'm just going to judge by the name.
I'm only going to give you
going
4.
to be normal. All right.
There's an Adam.
Okay.
There is a Norma.
A Norma.
A Norma.
All right.
There is a Taylor.
Okay.
And there's a John.
All right.
I think I might know the Taylor. He's a little crazy, but I trust him on the phone.
I'm going to pick Norma, and I know that from the name it's going to sound like she smoked about 9 packs of Pall Malls before she called.
You think so? Yep. Hello, Norma. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Norma, are you sober or not sober?
Kind of in the middle.
All right, good. All right, Norma.
In the middle.
In the middle for Norma. Norma, you're going to pick a superpower. Is it make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship?
Anyone fart.
Make anyone fart. I like you, Norma.
Yes.
You're all right with me.
Yeah,
I'm glad I picked you.
Who would you make fart first?
My husband.
You want him to fart.
Yes. I mean, we've just been married for less than a year, and he's still scared to fart in front of me.
Do you fart in front of him?
All the time.
Okay.
All
the time.
Good for you. It should be mandatory when you get married. It's right there in the vows.
Of course.
Honest to God, man, to me, a red flag, like if you're even debating getting married or something, like, will this person fart in front of you? Like, right, you got to be able to fart in front of each other, man. All right.
Yes.
Here's your question. What is the Oscar statuette holding in its hands?
Okay, hold on. Can you repeat the question?
I can. What is the Oscar statuette holding in its hands?
Oh, God. He's holding a tiny little Oscar?
Tiny little Oscars.
That'd be funny.
I thought maybe he was holding an Oscar.
A tiny little
Is it a
Oscar.
rose?
Is it a microphone?
No.
Sword.
It's a sword.
Oh, sword.
He's going to battle to defend his title.
That's what they're doing. How? If you want this role, you will fight for it.
Right.
All right, there, Norma. Farting Norma. Here's your question. What calendar was the source of the belief that the world would end on December 21st, 2012?
The Mayan calendar.
Norma, nice job. Very
Is that
good.
the most famous calendar outside of ours?
Probably because of all that build-up to 2012. I don't know so much now. And everyone was like, dude, why do you think they ended up? Like, I'll tell you why they stopped doing the calendar, because you had to carve it into stone.
Right.
And at some point, somebody said, okay, I've gone like 2,000 years ago. I'm done.
Right. Why is the number of pi 3.14? Because people went that far that's enough of this crap.
Right. But we're done. It could go
Maybe
on
the
forever.
dude like making the calendar just died.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're carving it into a rock, man.
Yeah.
Cut the guy some
Say,
slack.
damn, Miles was the rock carving guy, and we'll never see that date. So
I can.
it ends.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
It's like kind of like me making a prediction, like 100 years from now, this will happen. I ain't gonna be here, so what the hell do I care?
Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hola. Taylor, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right,
Not
Taylor.
insane.
Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you're going to pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Ooh. I gotta go with make people shut up, because I would have so much fun.
Shut your mouth.
I would have done that today multiple times.
Yes.
I would have done it with the last 3 callers.
I was not thinking that, but now that you bring it up. All right. Here's your question. What film features a fight scene in which Bruce Lee breaks Jackie Chan's neck?
Oh, man. I'm just going to say Enter the Dragon.
And you are correct.
Enter the Dragon, by the way, was also the porn spinoff from Game of Thrones. All right, your 50-50 question.
I think that's seen another boys.
Oh, no. True or false, sake is beer?
False.
Believe it or not, sake actually qualifies as a beer. It's made the exact same as beer, but with rice.
I'm about to say the grain's
It's the
rice.
exact same process,
Okay.
right? But they use rice.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Adam, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Adam, welcome to Big Dummy. What is your superpower?
You can make anyone puke. You can make anyone fart. You can shut anyone up, or you can break up any relationship.
Oh, make anyone fart.
All right.
Especially one of these. When you're observing a moment of silence. Or I'd hit the flight attendant when they're doing all the security, safety stuff.
National anthem, whatever.
National. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Toby Keith. Good evening. All right, your question. What state is nicknamed the Nutmeg State?
Maine.
I like that call.
New Hampshire.
Vermont.
You're in the right area.
Rhode Island.
Keep going.
Connecticut.
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 Nutmeg State.
Why is it always just a pinch of nutmeg?
Man, that stuff is potent.
Yeah,
It's strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of flavor. You know what, Miles? Screw it. Buck the trend.
Go nutmeg.
Go
nutmeg.
nutmeg heavy.
Heavy nutmeg.
Heavy nuttin'.
Buck the trend.
Buck the trend.
Buck with a B.
Yeah. I say also, use as much cocoa as you want.
Oh, yeah. Don't even add sugar.
Vanilla extract? Just dump it in there.
No. Hold on.
Oh, God. What you get as a dessert, a child won't even eat.
Yeah. That's when you know it's bad. All right. Your question. What's the name of Boba Fett's ship? I'm asking because Ted insisted that I do.
Thanks, dude.
Gotcha, bro.
Millennium Falcon's the only ship I know of.
The Nebuchadnezzar.
Nope. That was Matrix.
Yes.
Would I know it just in general? Is it like a name you hear?
No. Brett, you haven't heard of it. And I personally just love this name. Boba Fett's ship was called Slave One.
Did we find this out in like Mandalorian? Like I don't remember that anywhere in the.
Really?
Yeah.
I've known it. I mean, since Empire Strikes Back came out, since 1980, Mike.
It's like written on the side.
Yeah, ma'am. It's a personalized plate. That way you can find it, you know?
Yes, sure. Which one's mine? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Slave One. Cool. I don't think he had many black friends. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, he was all right in college,
maybe it's not
man.
a number. Maybe it's a victory.
He was friends with Lando. They set him up.
He was not friends with Lando.
Right.
They were not friends.
No, they were holding him up.
He was
dude.
there basically to kill his best friend.
Yeah.
Right. Just saying, they were not friends.
But he tipped him off that he was there.
He was the gun of Vader, man. He had it to his back.
Lando tipped hand off that. Well, Darth Vader basically showed up like, "Where's your buddy?"
Yeah.
Lando's like, "He'll be here soon. It's all good."
Yeah. Bitch.
All right, your question. What team plays at Comiskey Park?
Is that the White Sox?
You got it. Nice job. More Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's time to dust off your glove, grab your bat, and hit the road for some baseball. But before you head to the game, make sure your ride is in top shape. At Axton Automotive, our skilled mechanics ensure your vehicle is running smoothly so you can focus on cheering for your team. Don't strike out this spring. Get your car ready for baseball season. Visit AxtonAutomotive.com or call 360-685-7976.
KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
The unhealthiest cheeses. Coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes right after the game, known as Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant ready to play the big game?
Are you sure you want me to go there, man? You sure you want to
I
do this?
don't. Not really, no. I'd rather move on to the head
This
chef.
is like, people keep ringing your doorbell because it's Halloween, right? But every time we open the door, no one's in costume and they punch you in the face. Like, I don't want to answer the door anymore, but I'm going to do it. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Dummy!
Hello, John.
Hello.
Hola.
Am I there?
You are there. John, are you sober or not sober?
Dude, I'm not sober, Miles. Love you guys.
All right, John, no problem. Okay, John, you get to pick a superpower. Is it make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship?
I'm going to make someone fart.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, John. Here is your question.
Yes, sir, Miles.
That would be Thrill, but that's okay. We look a lot alike.
I've got a bigger penis, though.
Much bigger.
Oh, thank you.
In which children's series is the villain named Count Olaf?
Count Olaf?
Count Olaf.
Oh, my gosh. Really? Oh, shoot. I don't know.
Count Olaf, not just Olaf.
Correct. It is Count
Dude,
Olaf.
I really wanted to do this because, normally I can, answer most of the questions correctly, but that's when I don't know.
We were getting that impression.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's right.
A series of unfortunate events.
Yes. Lemony Snicket's in a series of unfortunate events.
Oh, yeah.
Played by Jim Carrey.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did they do a movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I saw
Oh, yeah.
that they had a multi-part episode TV show that we watched with the kids a few years ago, and Olaf
They
was
did,
played by
yes.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, I
and it
do
was
remember that.
surprisingly good. It's out there, it's weird, but it was actually an enjoyable watch.
They were fun books.
All right, your question. The Broadway show Moving Out was based on songs written by what musician?
I was actually about to make a joke. I'm glad that...
Really? Oh, let's go with Neil Diamond.
Oh.
Actually, Neil Diamond has a Broadway show going on right now. But
Does
it's
he?
Billy Joel.
Yeah, this one is Billy Joel.
Oh, I couldn't think of. I think of the song.
You can think of the song, yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls.
All right, your question. What animal is on Levi's logo?
Levi?
Mm-hmm.
Like the jeans, right?
Like the jeans.
Nah, my buddy Levi.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I really don't know.
Let's name an animal.
Do you know any animals?
Well, yeah, Wolverine.
Close.
Wolverines was the first one you thought of. Horse.
Yes, a horse.
Question 4, John.
Oh, shoot.
Were we talking about this last week?
What's that?
He never wore them.
But Levi never wore Levi's?
Levi Strauss,
Wrong
yeah.
day.
Because they were considered for like the blue collar worker.
Oh, okay. He didn't want to look broke.
So he
or
made
poor.
money off them, but he was like, "Oh, I'm not wearing them."
I cannot imagine anyone doing that, Ted. All right. Your
Oh, my
question.
gosh.
What is the name of Zeus's father who ate his children?
Zeus's father?
Mm-hmm. Mike searching his brain hard.
Fudge. I know Zeus, but not his father.
I never met his dad. Nice guy.
So you're not
Eating
that
his
good
children.
of friends with Zeus.
Yeah.
Great guy. Yeah.
Zeus's father.
Come on, Mike. Come on, man. I know it's killing you.
So there were three brothers. There was Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, and they were...
Oh, Poseidon.
No, that's a brother of Zeus.
Weren't they the kids of the Titans?
Kronos.
Kronos. Yep.
All right, John, question 4.
Father time.
Yes, sir.
Also known as Crow Nose.
All right, Miles. Nose.
All right, your question. Necrophobia is the fear of what?
The Sixth Sense.
The dead?
Okay.
Yeah, death and dead things. Somebody's asking us, how in the F are you guys finding these contestants? We're not really finding them, they're showing them.
Yeah, they found us. They're kind of like a stray cat.
Yeah, like I didn't really find the cat. It just keeps showing up in my house.
We were taking out the trash, and we heard a little mew. We thought it would be a lot better than it is.
And we were wrong.
Yeah, put the milk away.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Lindsay. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Lindsay, are you sober or not sober?
Sober for now.
All right, Lindsay, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Lindsay, you get a superpower. Which one are you going to pick? Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break any relationship up?
Definitely shut anyone up.
Shut anyone up. Thank you.
Your mouth.
And who are you thinking of?
Everyone who's played the game today.
Yes, exactly. There's plenty of people I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to break up a relationship now.
Anyone in particular?
Yeah, just purely spiteful. Like, that couple looks happy. And
damn. They look too happy. Let's end this now.
Look at them having fun. But they love each other. Not anymore.
Oh.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. All right, Lindsay, here is your question. The Pilgrims never called themselves Pilgrims. What did they call themselves?
Oh, gosh.
Sex machines.
I don't know. Settlers?
And I guess still.
They weren't Quakers.
They were not Quakers. So the whole thing is...
Protestants.
No, eventually England... the story we hear is, these brave souls, they hopped on a boat, came to the New World. England was like, you've got to go.
The Queen's Regents.
You've got to go. You guys are lunatics. Separatist.
Separatists.
Yeah, they were separatists.
They were separatists.
They were separatists.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually what
Learned
they
something
were.
new today.
Yeah. England, basically the church was like, we're not sure what you guys are doing exactly, but you can't be here.
So
you can do your thing, you just cannot do it here.
So was the U.S. actually about to become another prison state?
No, it wasn't a prison state.
No.
They weren't under arrest or anything. They were just like, go. Just go. You can go to the New World.
And that's why a lot of the Quakers show up, too. Is they're just like, all right, we'll go over here.
We'll go over here, right, so we can practice the stuff we want to practice.
That's how you end up with whiskey in Appalachia, right? Mm-hmm. You have these Scots that were in Ireland. They get kicked out of there. They're Scots-Irish, but the English don't really like them either. So like, well, go to New York. And then we go to New York City, they start making whiskey, and everybody's like, you can't do that here. Finally, they go, well, go to the mountains in the New World. Right. Just leave us alone.
Yeah, leave us alone. We just want to make whiskey.
Right, because they were actually going against the church rule, right?
Something, yeah. It's all, a lot of it's just old school religious stuff.
Yeah, that's what most of it was. But yeah, that's how it started.
I'm all for going against the church for whiskey.
Well, I'll tell you right now, had I been in New York when the Scots arrived, I'd be like, guys, I really like you to stay. New York would be a very different place now. All right, your question. What U.S. city hosts the world's largest hot air balloon festival?
Oh, my gosh. Is it Albuquerque?
You got it.
Wow.
Nice job.
Nice
John, Lindsay.
Very good.
I would have gone Denver.
I'm sad that she's leaving. I feel
Game
like she's
is,
the first normal person that we've talked to.
We got a few good ones in the tank here.
Okay.
We're doing okay.
All right.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, my brother.
Hola. Gary, sober or not sober?
Oh, I am indulging in one of your fine men's room IPA I found at the Cedric Safeway in Port Orchard.
Awesome.
Excellent
Thank
work,
you, Gary.
man.
We appreciate that. All right, Gary, you get to pick a superpower. Are you taking make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship?
Well, I've been thinking about this, and all of these are evil. I will choose the fart because there's a dad joke attached. You know why farts stink?
Why?
And deaf people can enjoy them, too.
Okay.
That's an oldie but a goodie. All right. Here is your question. What actor narrated the 2000 movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Jim Carrey.
Now,
He was in
he
it.
starred as the Grinch.
Yeah, he was the Grinch. That's right.
Was it like Ed Asner or somebody?
No, as far as the roles that this guy has chosen to take later in his career, he's the last person I would have thought of if I'm the director to narrate a Christmas movie. But I guess he did a good job. Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Sir Anthony Hopkins?
Yes, Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony, yes.
Do people get pissy if you forget the Sir? Like if we met Paul McCartney, it was like, ladies and gentlemen, Paul McCartney. Do you think he'd be like, dude, it's Sir Paul McCartney?
I don't know that in person he'd say it, but if I was going to introduce... introduce him somewhere, I would definitely make sure to say sir.
I would just have to. I would prefer to do that. I just think I would forget because it's Paul McCartney, right? Bigger than life. Dude, I got to introduce. Hey, babe, come here. This is Paul McCartney. I'm sorry, Sir Paul McCartney.
I mean, I guess with Lewis Hamilton, they don't say it every time. He's just Lewis Hamilton, but he's Sir Lewis.
Is he Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Oh yeah.
Oh damn. Look at him. All right, here's your question. What is the only U.S. state that borders a Great Lake and an ocean?
Great Lake and an ocean. Gosh. Michigan. I know it's wrong.
New York. Touches the Atlantic and also...
There's not an ocean near Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My brain went dead.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, your question. What symbol shares a key with the number 2 on a standard computer keyboard?
Oh, you look... Yeah, I don't need that. I'm an old guy. I'm 66. I don't care about computers.
How about a typewriter?
Let's say the number... What was the key again? The number 2 key?
The number 2, yes.
Well, it's not 1 because that would be so obvious.
It's a symbol.
It's a symbol.
Like an exclamation point.
Ampersand.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's the at symbol, but an ampersand is correct.
It's ampersand means and.
It means and per se and,
yeah.
But it's still the at symbol.
Okay.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, the at symbol. You're right. Ampersand is something else. Right.
So,
took me a second, but I'm like,
darn, he's gone.
Oh, no.
That wasn't correct.
Sorry, Gary.
Oh, shoot. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, still at work.
All right, Justin.
Thank
Thanks
God.
for calling. Thanks for playing Big Dummy. Men's room poll, you get to pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Let's go ahead and shut people up.
I'm right there with you.
Shut your mouth!
I am feeling that today. All right. Your question, oysters wrapped in bacon are referred to as what?
Oh, what's it? Is that Angels on Horseback?
Boom.
One and done. Nice job, Justin.
All right, before we let you go, let's give you a 50-50 question. Let's see here. All right, here's your question. Tarot cards, right, for fortune tellers. Now, were tarot cards created for games or for fortune telling?
For games.
They were used in games until the 1400s. Then somehow they're like, we can tell your fortune.
We can make money off this.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Bichola.
Hola. Nick, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Nick, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay. Men's room poll, you get to pick a superpower. Make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
Ooh, break up any relationship.
Have anybody in mind?
I got one friend and his girlfriend, and she's evil.
Oh.
So you're doing it for your friend's benefit?
Hell yeah.
It's time to take off the leash.
Does he know that she's evil, or do you just think that she's evil?
The friend group sees her as evil, but he still sees her, and he still loves her.
Okay. Vagina goes a long way. Mm-hmm. All right. Here is your question. What disease does an endocrinologist study?
Bugs?
Disease.
Is it something to do with your digestive tract?
Nope.
Blood work?
Nope.
Your throat?
No. It's a fairly common disease. A lot of people we know have it.
The common cold?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Diabetes.
Oh.
Endocrinologist. Trust me, it's news to me, too. All right. Your question. Roger Bannister was the first man to do what?
He smoked a pack of cigarettes a day, Nick. Marlboro Reds. So this makes complete sense on the answer.
Oh. Right across the Great Plains?
Yeah, not bad. He ran the first 4-minute mile.
I know he smoked, but he's English, isn't he?
Yeah, an English dude.
Can't imagine he's smoking Marlboros.
I know he smoked a pack a day. I thought it was Marlboro Red.
Going off his name, I thought he fell down the stairs. Or
Yeah,
something
the first guy to stairs with no railing.
First recorded man falling down the stairs.
So we named this new safety feature the banister.
I've got an idea.
All right. Your question.
Stair handle.
What were the names of the host and his sidekick on the TV show Fantasy Island?
No clue. So I'll say Mini-Me and Dr. Evil.
Not bad.
Not really.
Mr. Rourke and Tattoo.
That's right. The plane. The plane, Bob.
Did he say that in every episode when the plane showed up?
It was a pre-recorded clip.
Right.
But every single episode, it was part of the intro, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
They show you the island, but that was the big moment you waited for. Was they showed this little dude going, "The plane, the plane," and he's pointing at an obvious plane.
At least it was in the intro, because if he actually did it in the episode, it's this guy's just not paying attention to the water. I don't know why he keeps telling him that the plane's coming in.
He's always shocked. They booked the trip, dummy.
He clearly doesn't care.
Was he useful for anything, Miles? If you think back to that show, he was there. But
standing up, baby.
Tattoo with the mouth hugs. All right. Your question, in Disney's The Jungle Book, what kind of animal is Mowgli raised by?
Orangutans?
Man, they're not good at raising kids.
Was he
Trust me.
raised by the tiger?
Wolves.
Wolves.
Tiger was trying to kill him.
I haven't seen it lately.
Were there wolves in India?
Take care of
Sounds like my great uncle that wrote it.
Take care of rogue babies that are just dropped off in the jungle.
Wait, you said your uncle? What? Who wrote it?
Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Oh, Edgar. No, that was hold on.
It's
Rudyard
guy
Kipling.
that wrote,
Rudyard Kipling, I believe, wrote Jungle Book. I think. All right, your question. What weekly TV show was the first one to be assigned a TV mature rating in the U.S.?
Star Trek?
I don't know what episode you've been watching, brother, but hook me up.
Question number 6, Nick.
There is wolves in India.
There are wolves in India.
Yeah.
I will be damned.
The Indian wolf.
Yeah. South Park was a TV show. All right, your question, multiple choice. El Hajj Malik El Shabazz is better known as who? Post Malone, Jelly Roll, Malcolm X, or Prince?
Malcolm X.
Got it. Nice job.
Well done.
Should we do one more?
One more.
Are you sure?
By the way, Post Malone's real name, Austin Post. Jelly Roll's real name, Jason DeFord. Prince's real name,
Prince something.
Prince Nelson.
Prince Rogers Nelson.
Rogers, plural?
I believe so. Prince Roger or Rogers Nelson?
Really? Prince Roger Nelson.
I believe so. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803.
Hello, Trevor. Welcome to the men's room.
Alcohol and prostitutes.
Hola. Trevor on Aurora. Are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Trevor, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. Pick a superpower. You can make anyone puke, make anyone fart, shut anyone up, or break up any relationship.
I would have to shut them up.
Shut it up.
Yes.
All right.
You're going to use you today.
Shut your mouth.
All right, Trevor, here's your question. Evanescence's song Bring Me to Life appeared on the soundtrack to which Ben Affleck movie?
Ben Affleck movie?
That is correct.
Also had
Jersey Girl.
Jennifer Garner.
Argo.
Yes, Argo. Daredevil.
Okay.
Don't sound too impressed.
This is a fun movie.
You like that movie?
I was a kid when it came out.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that's fine.
It was great.
All right, your question. In which part of your body are your metatarsus located?
Your feet.
Okay.
Well done.
It's over.
You made it, Miles.
Oh, my God. Okay.
That was something.
I cannot wait to see the head chef. Ted's Meat Potatoes coming up. You got the most unhealthy cheeses of all times. And we got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yeah, I got an Ecobee smart home, and nosy Ned next door comes over to see. I told him about Ecobee. Turns out Ecobee's a lot smarter than his better-known smart home. I told him, Ned, get yourself a smarter home. Visit Ecobee.com today.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at AmericanStandardAir.com/electrification.
It's time to dust off your glove, grab your bat, and hit the road for some baseball. But before you head to the game, make sure your ride is in top shape. At Axton Automotive, our skilled mechanics ensure your vehicle is running smoothly so you can focus on cheering for your team. Don't strike out this spring. Get your car ready for baseball season. Visit AxtonAutomotive.com or call 360-685-7976.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef on the way. Ted's meat and potatoes cuts the unhealthy cheese. But first, time for a few emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jump right to birthdays. This one says, guys, I'm hoping you can wish my amazing husband Justin and I a happy 5-year wedding anniversary. That from Tasha. Tasha, we don't do anniversaries. We don't do birthdays of dead people. We don't do birthdays of your dog. We don't do birthdays of your cat. We don't do birthdays when it's not your birthday. We do your birthday when it's your birthday. So if it's on a Saturday, we're not here. Guys, long-time listener, I want to wish Daniel, my good friend of at least 15 years, a very happy 27th trip around the sun. Everyone who meets him knows what an awesome guy he is, but that's all I can ask you to say on the radio. So can I please get a suck-it-up cupcake, green beans, turtle sex, and Coach Ted hyping him up for what an awesome dad he's going to be.
And then all you guys talking over each other about this year's Mariners season. Thanks, guys. That from Walt in Olympia.
So suck it up, cupcake.
Green beans, green beans, green beans, green beans.
What's it needs to be pumped up about? What an awesome dad he's going to be. Sounds like his girl's pregnant.
All right. Well, yeah, you'll be a great dad because, well, your dad said that, so I assume that your dad has to be a good dad. It feels like good dad traits flow downhill. That's what I'm expecting. And also, if your dad was a crappy dad, fuck the mold. You be the good dad.
Yeah.
And then you can go, see, my kid's better. And he did it with me, not without you, Dad.
Oh, as far as Mariners, I'll tell you what, the Mariners got
I'll tell you what, dude, it's been a
3-game sweep of the A's.
season so
They
far
played
right
in
now,
front of 12
man.
people today down in Oakland,
This year
which
looks
is
like they're a lot
like
better than they are lucky,
more
which goes a long
people
way.
watching the game than in Arizona. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sending a birthday shout out to my sisters that are both avid listeners of yours, namely Gemma and Jessie. They would like to request a fish sandwich, green beans, some shotgun gets from Thrill, and the Dirty German's thoughts on Twins. Thank you so much, and thanks for bringing joy in my afternoons. That from Joanna.
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
Green beans, green
Joanna?
beans, green beans.
Dead
Dick. Joanna?
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 Dick. Joanna?
Johanna.
Oh, Yana.
Yeah, you want to know my thoughts on twins? I love twins. Every time a woman takes off a bra, I'm like, oh, there they are.
So, in Germany, we still get the Coors Lights commercial. So, yes, the twins are new to us. So you don't want to know what used to happen to twins.
Jesus. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. Good afternoon. Would you please do a birthday shout out for my husband, Mark, as he's 39. We first heard your show when he was stationed in Tacoma, Washington, 10 years ago. We are now in Louisiana and remain faithful listeners thanks to the podcast and the Odyssey app. Please do the turtle thing, which I'm not a fan of, but he is. And the Dirty German's talking about how a hot dad bod is and the fact that he has a hot dad bod. Thanks for all the laughs. That from Tessa.
Yeah, Tessa, listen, while I'm having sex with you, I will keep my eye contact firmly on your husband with this hot dad bod.
Yeah, hopefully he's shirtless. Actually, hopefully he's naked. That's the way I prefer them to watch.
I prefer it if he's Winnie in the pool. Keep your shirt on, but take your pants off.
What's the one to see the bod, though?
No, I just want to see the little bit of belly that hangs under the shirt while I have sex with his wife.
Oh, guys, I want to say,
I don't know, man. That seems weirder. It's one of those situations where dude's watching you and his girl, and he's just wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I'd rather him just be naked, having a time with himself.
Guys, I want to send a happy birthday shout out to my husband, Ken, a man who can withstand a vehicle-borne IED, but gets taken out at a trampoline park. This week, you jumped in with both feet, came out with one. Here's to you and Stumpy McStumpface. That from Jen. How about an OG fish sandwich and you guys talking all over each other about a one-legged man, please?
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
One-legged man.
oh, man, I don't know a whole lot of one-legged man. I'll tell you what, technically still
One-legged man,
depending on what it is he wants to do. But it's got to be a lot of fun watching him jump rope.
Yes. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
BG.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Thank you all. We got some updates here on the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. Yay! And thank you guys for continuing to send these in. We will keep adding them to the complete list as far as what we have so far at KISW.com. Keep in mind, the list basically needs to be updated every single day based on the popularity of the beer and how much you guys have been drinking. So thank you for that. We
And
really
Mike
appreciate
thanks
it.
you for that.
Yes. Guys, the Shelton AM/PM has the beer sitting in a cooler on ice in 6-packs. That is a beautiful sight to see. Normally it's like tea or, Faygo or some crappy soda. Like the ones they can't sell, they put it in there. Nope, they put our beer in there. So thank you for that. Gentlemen, I co-own the Medusa Tap Room in Pasco, Washington.
Pasco.
Want to let you guys know we currently have Black Raven Men's Room IPA on tap So you have a list of places. It's available on the website. We love your podcast here on the Odyssey app on the east side, too. If anyone is looking for it, we have it at the Medusa. You can find our tap list on Digital Pour. We love you, Black Raven, and the Men's Room, and the Men's Room IPA. Cheers, guys. That from Billy at the Medusa Tap Room, which I will stop by the next time I'm on my way to lovely Brewster, Washington.
Oh, right on.
And Gamble Sands up there.
I hope there's no real snakes in there.
Oh, my God, they're everywhere. Yeah. A couple more locations. The Delridge Deli.
It's a Medusa joke.
Yes. The Tulalip Market. Mount Si Chevron. The Handy Mart in Olympia.
Yeah.
Safeway in Lacey. Ken's Mart. The Hilltop Deli. The Safeway in Kingsgate. The Shell on 88th. Clinton Food Mart. The Supper Hill Station. Safeway in Burien. The Nisqually Market in Puyallup. The Chevron on Sunset. Safeway in Pinehurst. The Rainbow Mini Mart. AM PM Sahorta Mart 5. Safeway in Renton Highlines, Safeway in South Tacoma, Total Wine Olympia, Safeway on Canyon Road, the 7-Eleven on 136th Avenue, the Sumner Truck Stop, the Grocery Outlet, Lake Stevens, the Interlake Grocery, Albertsons Puyallup, the Hagen Lake Stevens and Lake Taps, the Manor Market, Safeway on North Proctor, the Longhouse Market and Deli, and the Roosevelt 76 gas station. Some of the locations currently carrying the Men's Room IPA. Speaking of drinking, coming up, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day, but first...
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. As everybody knows, we just recently had National Cheese Day, and give it up for yourself. You two curds.
They can't be healthy.
String cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I got my number one pick for unhealthy cheese.
Oh, Miles, remember, cheese curds are just cheese curds.
Yeah.
A lot of places fry it.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to go mozzarella sticks with a side of marinara.
Well, this is cheese.
I know. Then you fry it.
Last month, of course, was American Cheese Month.
Oh,
keep it going. Now, here's a serious question. What would you guys say is your favorite cheese, and then what would you say is the cheese you eat the most?
Ooh. Probably a tie for both. Parmesan cheese.
I do eat a lot of I really like Italian. Parmesan goes on everything I do. But my favorite cheese, man, I don't. You know what? I'll just say cheddar.
All right,
like I can.
Mike,
eat it
you're pro
anytime.
cheese.
Yeah, and I'm with him. Like a smoked cheddar is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
and then used the most. Like it is a toss up between like Parmesan or honestly even cheddar or mozzarella even.
Any of the cheddars that Beechers do, whether they do like a jalapeno cheddar or any of their marbled stuff, all that stuff's good.
Cheddar, but I also love Swiss. I love provolone. But to me, those are sandwich cheeses, right?
I think the best
you can eat a
is
slice on its own,
you
but
can
it's
eat
like
a slice, and I'm with you. I love provolone, but generally that's on certain sandwiches.
It's on a sandwich,
and
with
if people
meat.
don't like provolone, that could kind of, or not used to it, it can kind of throw it off.
Sure.
But right, if I'm eating like an Italian sandwich,
provolone.
You gotta have provolone.
Yeah.
But cheddar, I feel like shows up a lot, and then mozzarella.
Of course.
Just because, I don't know. There's always string cheese and stuff. So these are the 10 unhealthiest cheeses. Now, number 10 on the list, this shouldn't shock you, prepackaged shredded cheese.
Yeah.
It's loaded with additives, preservatives. That's why you're better off buying a block and shredding it yourself. Yeah. Do you shred the Parmesan or do you buy it? I know you're not buying just like the Kraft's powder.
No. I've got a block in the freezer always, and then I've got a little container of what they shred at the deli at the grocery store.
And Parmesan, too, people forget. Like, you're right. If you have a block of it, sometimes just cut off a piece of it and eat it with, salami, and you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a game changer, man.
Little jelly.
Sure.
You ever seen somebody cut up a giant wheel of it?
Yes.
A Parmesan?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, next on the list, I would never eat this because I don't like blue cheese. This used to be famous. I don't see it as much anymore. Roquefort?
Roquefort, I believe.
Roquefort, right. It's a blue cheese that originated in France, so it thinks it's better than you. Again, lots of calories and saturated fat.
Yeah, but I feel like you know that when you're eating it. You know what I mean? I know you don't like blue cheese, but it's a real rich cheese. And there's mold in it. At no point am I like, this is healthy.
And it used to be a dressing. We've talked about that, didn't it?
What, Roquefort? Or blue cheese dressing, you mean?
No, I thought some restaurants had Roquefort.
Maybe. They may have, but it's probably house-made if they did.
All right. So 10 unhealthiest cheeses you could buy. Next on the list, pre-grated Parmesan cheese.
Boo.
Cheese.
Sean Connery.
Fresh is better than the kind that comes in the plastic shaker. After American, Parmesan is the saltiest cheese you can buy.
What is the percentage of wood that's allowed in that Parmesan cheese? Is it like 10%?
I don't know if it's that high, but it just by the nature of how you have to process it. Like, look, it's like if you buy a jar of tomato sauce. Like, look, there's bug legs in it, there's wings, all that. There's no way to avoid it. So, depending on the process it takes to create certain foods, they just kind of go like, there's going to be wood in there. There's no way.
And Parmesan's so good. Like, right there's Parmesan crisp.
Yeah,
you could buy like those little tiny like bags of chips that are like almost, but it's just little Parmesan bites. But like that's how good of a cheese it is.
And to me, it's like the secret weapon. So I'd run home real quick last night, make food for the kids. So I'm like, F it, it's going to make a homemade pizza. But one of the things I do is kind of par bake the pizza crust.
All right,
just so it doesn't get soggy. But I slathered that bitch in bacon grease and then coated it in Parmesan. Right. By the time you pull it out, all the Parmesan's all browned up and all this. So anyway, whatever, make it for the kids. My son's like, this is the best pizza you've made.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And it's like, I know why it is. And I'm telling you, it's
bacon grease and Parmesan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even toasted Parmesan.
Next on the list, Stilton.
I don't see that very often. I'm sure if I went to the cheese area of the grocery store,
it is an acquired taste.
It's a type of blue cheese from England. It's considered one of the world's best cheeses, but not one of the healthiest.
Man, I was working at a restaurant, and our the chef mentioned that she was getting Stilton cheese. We were not aware of what it was. When we opened the package, we almost had to leave the kitchen. It smelled, I mean, it is.
Did you try it?
I did try it, and it's one of those, it tastes exactly the way it smells. So if the smell appeals to you, you will like the cheese. It really did not appeal to us so much. But I'm like, all right, to their credit, it tastes like what it smells like.
It's sometimes, too, like the fanciest or best in the world. Like we were saying, I don't think anybody in here is dying to have caviar. Maybe beluga caviar is that much better.
Maybe.
But like I've had sea urchin. And I'm just like, I know it's supposed to be this delicacy. I'll
it's
pass.
Horrible. To me, it seems like delicacy equates food that no one would normally eat. But for us to charge you more, we'll call it a delicacy.
But why do they grind the sea urchin when you go to a sushi place when it's not? It's actually, like meaty and a muscle. But for some reason, I guess maybe it's too chewy.
That could be
it. They blend it.
Probably also somehow to stretch it out farther because sea urchin's pretty expensive.
Right.
Brie. I think everybody agrees they like the baked brie or whatever.
Hell
That's probably
yeah.
one on this list you actually eat a lot. High in calories, loaded with saturated fat.
It definitely. I mean, you just look at it. It looks like iron on health. It looks like a piece of cheesecake anyway, right?
And I'm not generally one of these people, but honestly, if you're going to bake a brie at home, take the time. Just put the puff pastry around it yourself.
I agree. I actually baked some brie a couple of weeks ago. Like we had it, and then we had all. It doesn't matter what random crap you have in the fridge. Like, you want it to be sweet because we have strawberries, blah, blah, blah. Do you want it to be kind of spicy? We have jalapenos, blah, blah, blah. But I did not have any puff pastry. I don't normally have puff pastry. But even when I was watching it melt in the oven, Ted, I thought to myself, this would be so much better.
Warm cheese
man.
is good, man.
This one's pretty simple. Of the 10 unhealthiest cheeses you could buy, any cheese that comes in a can or a jar.
Yeah.
So things like Cheese Whiz, Easy Cheese, and Nacho Cheese. Listen, I don't think anybody hearing my voice right now, when I had a list of the unhealthiest cheeses, didn't know this wasn't going to show up on the list.
Right. What?
I'm shocked they even count that as cheese.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, does it have enough dairy in it to technically be cheese?
I was just about to point that out. Like, this doesn't even count.
Cheese Whiz and Nacho Cheese are very specific. Miles, I know you like chili dogs. So, like, if you're making chili dogs at home, that's one time I would say, buy some Cheese Whiz.
Oh, yeah. No question. Nachos, kind of get the ballpark. There's nothing wrong with that kind of grade of cheese. It's not the best on nachos.
I don't like that.
Don't pour it on top of it. Dip it in the cheese.
My wife always gets it dumped on top. She always offers me nachos. And I'm like, I don't want it because you put that goo on there, man.
See, ironically, I prefer kind of the trashy nachos with the goo.
Let me get some trashy nachos with the goo. You know the goo.
Yeah. Like, that's to me what a nachos would taste like.
Most people love it. I mean, and I get it, man. When I was a kid, I loved it. And I don't know what's happened since then, but I'm like, man, it just tastes weird.
It's pump 7-Eleven style.
Mm-hmm. Broast, Brunost. It's a sweet Norwegian cheese that's got more sugar than most types.
Oh, damn.
Never had that.
I'd give it a try. Sugar, cheese.
Go to Ballard. Somebody's got to have it on the menu.
I make it myself.
All right.
I can't believe anything they made had flavor.
A double Gloucester. It's a semi-hard cheese from England. It's also the star of the annual cheese rolls, where people chase down a wheel of cheese down a really steep hill. Double Gloucester.
So it's got to be hard. Or maybe is it soft to be able to make that hill? Well, it is a grass hill, but...
No, I think it is a hard cheese. It's a semi-hard cheese.
Okay.
Depends on who's looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Do you just have EMTs at the bottom of that hill?
Yes.
Oh, 100%, dude. Okay. People break legs, arms,
Separating
everything else. It is. People really get hurt during that event. But people want to do it. And I think a woman from
American Woman's won it like twice.
Yeah. I don't know who won it this year, but I know she won it the last couple years. This one is going to hurt a lot of people. Generally, though, this is more of a dessert kind of thing. Mascarpone.
Oh, yeah. Well,
soft, spreadable cheese that's used in a lot of desserts. It's just really high in saturated fat. But again, I don't know of a dish that's not dessert that has mascarpone.
I've never seen mascarpone anywhere other than a dessert. Yeah.
The number one of the unhealthiest cheeses you could buy. Any guesses?
Kraft American Singles.
Pimento.
Kraft American Singles. I'm with Mike.
I don't know why you guys got to blame Kraft, but American cheese. Heavily processed, full of preservatives, and loaded with salt. It's really only orange because of the food coloring. Listen, you've heard us talk about it 1,000 times. Look, kids like American cheese. It's cheaper. It is, it's an American product. I do think breakfast sandwich or like a smash burger, I'm like, I want American cheese on there.
Absolutely.
And grilled cheeses too. Yeah. That'll work on that. What cheese? What other cheese you just mentioned?
Pimento.
Like, I'm not even positive pimento cheese counts as cheese. I love it.
It's got shredded cheddar in it.
Right. Yeah, I love it. It's delicious, but I'm not sure it counts as a real cheese.
No, by the way, cream cheese, cheddar cheese.
I want to throw this out there.
Pimento olives.
On the text line, put brie on the smoker.
Oh, you know what else?
That sounds fantastic.
If you have a smoker, look that up. There's a lot. You could do it with cheddar. There's a lot of cheeses you could smoke.
Okay.
What is that, the mozzarella that you can also bake? It's got a special name to it.
Oh, burrata?
Burrata.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a...
Burrata is so good.
Oh, my God.
My wife buys it probably once every 2 weeks. It does not last long. Once it's in the fridge, we're like...
Once it's in the oven,
my buddy's
it's gone.
girlfriend is from Jersey, and we were making pizzas one night in a pizza oven.
Yeah.
And she made one that was just prosciutto. I don't think it was spinach, arugula. And then burrata. Phenomenal.
Yeah. You put the burrata in the oven and just eat that bowl of cheese. And it gets all crispy and delicious. Then you just grab some crackers or bread. Oh, my God. Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Coming up, we'll drink with the shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
With the $5 meal deal at McDonald's, you pick a McDouble or a McChicken, then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money.
Price and participation may vary. For a limited time only.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, couple of minutes. We'll drink a toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Authorities in Southern California are trying to piece together a string of Lego thefts.
Lego theft? Well,
Lego
they
theft.
do sell for a lot.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but there's now becoming a pattern. Like, they're becoming a target, so they're trying to figure out what all's going on.
What is the, like, what price-wise? Because I've never shopped for Legos before. What is, say if I was going to do the Millennium Falcon, right?
$450?
Yeah. Is it $450?
Oh, yeah, they get pricey. My daughter, years ago, she was really into the Lego thing, but it was cool because she'd sit at the dining room table beginning and end. She kind of left us alone, right? But she wanted to get some Lego set. I can't remember what it was, but I said, look, babe, I'll tell you what. You come up with a certain amount of money, and I'll match that. And then we'll go to Target. We'll find your Lego set. So I get up the next morning, and her and my son, they look like bookies. She has him counting the change. She's counting out all the bills.
Sorry,
she had $250 freaking dollars, and I'm like, you've got to. But we got her a $500 Lego set because I said I'd go have.
I actually kind of lowballed the Millennium Falcon there. It's over toward the left. If you take a gander there, it's right out of the
typically
price
$781 to $958.
Yeah,
these things are not cheap.
No,
and not. What's the time frame on that? On something that's that big and that intricate? Is this
it depends on the person.
Yeah,
it does. My daughter did like the skyline of Paris and the skyline of London. Each one of those took her about 6 hours, and that was from beginning to end.
Okay. Now, there's a couple just standard block sets that you can get for like $20 to $30, but
that's not what they want.
If you're going to build something, you're gonna drop a couple Benjamins.
Okay. Well, I like doing puzzles, so it seems like something that would take your time.
I'm with you. You know, after a while there, when I was getting into puzzles, it's like, you know what? I remember really liking Legos. I wouldn't mind doing a couple sets, and then I walked into the Lego store and went, I don't need to do Legos.
Yeah, real pricey.
Have you seen the amount of athletes that are into Legos?
No, but it doesn't shock me. There's an uprising of like nerd athletes.
Yeah.
You know, we had that defensive end, Cassius Marsh, for a while there. Like, he was into Magic.
Yeah, I think maybe there was always kind of those guys. You just see them more.
Yeah.
What was it, Marion Barber? They called him Marion the Barbarian.
All right.
Classically trained pianist.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's just funny, but yeah, I just saw a page the other day. It might have just been like famous like English footballers, but it's just athletes showing off all the stuff they built.
I think Eddie George is one of those guys.
I think you're right. Yeah.
He did Shakespeare in the Park.
Isn't he classically trained
thespian?
Yeah, but is it piano or there's something?
He's a pianist.
He is a pianist.
Yes, he is.
My goodness. All right. Good work.
I got faked out.
And a small yay as well.
Oh, that's right. He's a big wine guy.
I got faked out the other day.
I
was at my buddy's house. We're watching Champions League, and finally our other buddy goes, "Wait a minute, is that parrot made of Legos?" He's like, "Yeah, man, my kid made it." I was like, "All right."
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But the way it was just perched perfectly, you couldn't even tell.
This bird is perfectly still.
Yeah, your parrot don't say much.
What's going on with your bird, man?
Hey, man.
Residents of a Florida neighborhood are complaining about the noise from a nearby interstate turnpike.
Did they not know that it was there when they bought the house? I mean, I'm not saying the noise is great.
It's like torture. It just goes on for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In all fairness, I don't know the situation on this one, but Florida is one of the few states. Virginia's another one where private entities go in, buy land, and they put in their own toll roads. So it's not even owned by the state or by the United States.
All right.
It's owned by Joe Blow.
Right.
And he charges you what he wants. That's his interstate, and you need to pay for it. So you might think, oh, we're good living here. Then he buys the land and puts in the toll road.
Just puts in a big
There's one outside of Richmond, Virginia.
No kidding.
Where it's private. Like, your good to go pass would not work. You got to walk up and pay.
Right.
Oh, God. And they're trying to get some sort of a sound barrier out there. You know, one of my last apartments was near a freeway. It was near 410, and we got plenty of that traffic noise. But there was also a row of like blackberry bushes after a while that probably, now that I'm thinking on it, dulled back the sound.
They do.
But at the same time, it's like,
but you bought the house there,
right?
Like, you know it's going to be loud.
We can't sit outside and enjoy our yards. Yes, you can. You just hear traffic.
I mean, look, when I first lived in Seattle, I lived on Melrose on Capitol Hill, right next to I-5. And like it was almost like the ocean. I just got so used to it,
Right.
Because it's kind of flowing traffic,
And people don't honk horns.
Right.
That's the one difference is, on 5th Avenue, technically my address, people are blowing horns, screeching, doing that crap. 5 is right on the other side. And like you said, it's just one constant sound.
But for whatever reason, a train horn in the middle of the night doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah.
I can live by the train tracks, no problem.
Damn, good work. Someone witnessed the rare occurrence of a tiger shark in Australia vomiting up a whole echidna.
Jesus.
What's an echidna?
It's a mammal.
How did it get?
It's like a spiky mammal, if I'm not mistaken.
Decided to go for a swim.
I guess.
Right?
Yeah. Or it's a
But
real
then it
smart shark.
swallowed it whole. Like, it didn't bite it or anything like that. He just gulped the daggone thing.
Probably did it by accident.
Right?
Just because they're so small, you
What's
go for the
this?
attack, and by the time you snap your teeth down, like it's already down your throat.
Get it out! Damn it! This thing's disgusting.
It has an eating disorder, Mike.
Fair to say, though, that eating the echidna is something that that shark did wrong. In fact, there's a lot of different things that we use wrong, or at least have hidden uses that we don't know about it. VD.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 everyday items you're probably using wrong. You know those plastic tongs you have in the kitchen for cooking? Not long after Henry the Wonder Lab joined my clan, he was still going through potty training. I smelled something foul one evening. On the floor of the kitchen was a neat little steamer. So I grabbed the kitchen tongs and transported that ooey gooey turd to the toilet for proper disposal. What?
Nasty. Yeah, not eating at his place anytime soon.
Nope.
So these are everyday items that you're probably using wrong, and going through the list, it's not necessarily that you're using it wrong, it's that there's uses that you didn't know that they had.
Okay.
And even then, some of them might be questionable. However, one that you are using wrong probably is hand sanitizer. It's a great way to clean your hands on the go, especially when no restrooms are available. However, be aware that it's not a substitute for washing with soap and water. Hand sanitizer is only effective against germs when applied to clean, dry hands. So you shouldn't rely on it if your hands are greasy or excessively dirty. Like, if I'm in
I
a
would
pinch-
never use it unless some of the porta potties, that's your only option.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'd rather have soap.
Right. And I'm with you. And there are times when, you've eaten something, maybe you've eaten barbecue or something like that, and my hands are nasty, greasy. I don't like greasy hands. Yes, I want a sink with soap and water. However,
You don't like greasy hands, Mike?
God, it bothers me to no degree. But it's like hand sanitizer. I know it's not going to fix it. If I had soap and water, I would use it, but it's better than nothing.
I know, and I'm with you. When you get grease on your, and it's like you can't get it off.
I can't touch anything. I don't want to grab my phone. I don't want to touch my clothes. I don't want to touch anything.
Yeah,
I just feel nasty. Phone chargers. While it might seem convenient to keep your phone charger plugged in all the time, even when your phone isn't connected, it's actually inefficient. Wall chargers contain transformers that use a small amount of power, even when not actively charging a device, making them an unnecessary drain on your energy bill. So, take them
I
out
did
of
not
the
know
wall.
that.
Yeah.
My one at home, I just leave plugged in.
And it's
Everybody I know does.
It's got that big old pack on it, though. It's not just a plug, right? It's got that that pack
You plug into the fat pack.
Right, and that thing is drawing power as you do it. So there you go.
Those sons of bitches.
Can openers. Anybody know the secret with the can openers?
I mean, you can also open bottles with them.
You
That's all I know.
can. You can indeed
The
open
can
bottles.
opener. Oh, wait a minute. Am I supposed to lay it like on top of it?
That's a misnomer. No, that's just an odd hack that somebody shared on TikTok. But the little knobs that on can openers aren't there for decoration. They're actually designed to lift the lid up and over the can after it's been cut. So that little flange that you got there, you stick it in that little crevice there so you don't gash up your finger.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I've cut my finger on a can top before.
I'm curious. I mean, the last time I bought a can opener, probably 20 years ago, because they still work, but do they have this in the directions on a can opener?
No.
Like, if you buy one, does it point out, like, we know you know how to open a can, but just know that these things do this?
And I'm not sure because mine has like two black handles on the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the little hinge to open the thing.
No, it's the flat part over the top of it, not on the handle. Anyway,
I'm confused. I got to look it up.
Yeah, you do. These are everyday
Never thought
items.
you'd be confused by a can opener.
No.
Everyday items that you're probably using wrong, your oven racks. You'd think, I'm just going to open up my oven, put whatever I'm cooking on whatever sheet, probably towards the middle, and then close it up, right? Wrong. There's actually certain reasons why there's placements of the oven racks. The top rack is like a broiler and is best used for crisping or melting cheese, like for casseroles. The middle rack is for cakes and cookies, more baking, while the bottom is akin to a wood-fired oven, perfect for pizzas and breads.
Huh. Now I know.
It's about where that heat is coming through.
Okay.
How'd you cook your pizza last night?
Actually, I cooked it on the middle rack. I did it wrong. I should have been making cakes and cookies and all that.
Well, at least you put it on the middle rack.
I did put it on the middle rack.
Yeah, put it on that top rack. You're going to burn everything, dude.
I do know. I was shocked to find out the thing where I keep my pans is for a warmer.
Yeah. Even though that's where everyone keeps their pans.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's supposed to be a warmer. Every single person I know is like, great. That's where we put these pans.
It also works great
Right.
for holding my pans. Do not put your glass lids in there, though. My sister found that out the hard way.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, from the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought about putting a glass lid in there, but I generally, it's like cookie sheets.
Pizza sheets.
Yeah, it's kind of stuff like that. Like pots and pans I keep in the cupboards.
Toothpaste. Thrill if your kids are listening. They should be. When it comes to toothpaste, less is more.
Yes, guys. You don't need some. And look, basically, you don't put any of it in your mouth. I asked them, like, I'll go into the bathroom when they leave for school, and I'm like, do you just grab the tube and just squirt it into the sink? Like, how does this much? I've seen you eat. Food does not fall out of your mouth.
Right.
How does this happen?
I'm bad about it, too.
Yeah.
I'm not great. And I think everyone dribbles toothpaste back in the sink. Ted, I'm telling you, the sheer volume that is in there. I'm like, God, we're wasting money on toothpaste.
Imagine if you're like cleaning a window, you're spraying Windex on it. You don't need to coat the full window in it. You
Right.
spray a few little drops on there, and then you kind of spread it around. Same thing with the toothpaste. A little pea-sized dollop will do you. Just need something for
I'm
scrubbing.
going to let them know.
Also, buy extra toothpaste.
Yes.
Like, it's just good to have.
We buy the 3-pack now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get the Costco pack. Everyday items that you're probably using wrong. Backpacks.
Oh, come
when I was a kid, it was the trend was to hang that backpack as low as you could go, just having that thing bouncing off your butt.
Yeah.
No, hike that thing all the way up above your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, carrying the weight.
Exactly.
It's funny. I'm going to sound old, but when I was in high school and grade school, if you had both straps,
you were
nerd,
Oh,
loser.
yeah.
Dude, like, kids would get not quite beat up, but you get back of your head slapped or whatever because you use both straps on the backpack. I learned real quick, like, I don't care how heavy it is, man. If you don't want to get abused, one shoulder.
And now it feels weird only having it on one shoulder.
Right. Now my shoulder's starting to hurt. Like, that got it, man. I got to put both these things on. This sucks. This one, it's an everyday item that we're using wrong, and we just don't care. Q-tips.
I know.
Oh, because you're not supposed to put it in the ear canal.
Correct.
And everyone still will.
Everybody
that's where you get the best wax.
I'm telling you, man, that's when I know, like,
Well,
I
and
did that.
I've tried to corkscrew it. I've tried to hit the edges and like spin it as I go because they talk about how you're just pushing it in there. Like, I don't scrub, I wipe, and that's the best results I've had.
I mean, I try to be better about it and just do the outside, but there's some mornings that you can just feel it. It's like, I got to get that out of there.
Yes. And I get some bad buildup, dude. I can't take it. Big pillows shows up on the list of everyday items that you're probably using wrong. And Ted, you actually do the right thing because you're a stomach sleeper. If you sleep on your stomach, do not use a big pillow. Because your neck's going to be crimped up or to the side, and it's going to mess up your back. It's going to mess up your neck.
I'm a side sleeper.
Yeah. I just remember the couple times that I've seen you sleep. The first time ever when we shared a bed, you just laid down flat and then you slept that way.
All right, maybe. Generally, yeah. When I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm like, all right, let's turn to one side or the other.
Yeah.
But you're right. I probably end up on my stomach.
And I find that I'm now a diagonal sleeper. Corner to corner.
Yes.
Because you have the space, man.
It's wonderful.
My wife always gets up before me, and I'm so glad she does because I immediately get diagonal, and I can actually stretch my legs all the way
Put
up.
your hands above your
Oh,
head.
my God, it's
all
amazing.
The things.
That's what I like about a big king-size bed in a hotel room.
Oh, my
Oh, yeah. Taking the whole thing.
You can circle all the way around it.
And then the number one everyday item that you're probably using wrong, your pasta spoon. This is another one of those that has a little bit of a hidden talent. It's not necessarily you're scooping the pasta wrong when it's made. When it's pre-made, there's that little hole that's inside that spoon.
Yeah.
Apparently, that holds the right amount of pasta for a serving.
Rub it down. Okay.
So there you go. Enjoy that. Some everyday items that you're probably using wrong. Or not. Just keep on doing life as you do it.
I mean, most
because
of
it
us are
works
going to
for you.
continue, yes.
I was hoping you were just going to say, like,
They
spoon.
always say the OK technique on that, too. It used to be the thing.
Oh, that's
one
not bad.
serving was just...
All right.
Huh, okay.
I thought you were just to say like spoon. Like, I've been using my spoon wrong?
Right. You're actually supposed to scoop it upside down, Ted.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, how does it stay on?
A kid in Texas didn't have the best time at the local zoo, and I'll tell you the full story at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Have we made it to drinking time?
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My neighbor Ned brags a lot about his smart home. So I showed him my ecobee smart home. Turns out ecobee's a lot smarter. So tell the Ned on your block about ecobee. Just yell, "Get yourself a smarter home." Visit ecobee.com today.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If the last few years have taught us anything, it's that human connection means the world. By connecting with one another, we know we're not alone. By connecting, we feel what others feel. We breathe better, laugh easier, and feel healthier. At Regents, connection is at the heart of everything we do. It inspires our commitment to our communities and to you. Here, health isn't just a you thing, it's a we thing. Regents Blue Shield. Together we health.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Big time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink task and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast 44-year-old Corey Harris of Detroit, Michigan. You might remember Corey as the overnight internet meme after he dialed into a Zoom court call from behind the wheel. In spite of the fact that the court was following up on a prior arrest for driving with a suspended license. You remember this guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he made international news. Well, he spent 2 days in jail for that one small oversight, but now we have an update. And keep in mind, Corey claimed that he had no idea that his license was suspended, which may or may not be true, but they did the research and they found out he was right. They never suspended his driver's license. However, Corey does not have a license and has never had a license. Corey is now facing new and different charges. I swear to God.
Story, I know, because then I felt bad. We were all making fun of him.
Right.
Because so now it turns out
it wasn't suspended.
Because
he
the
doesn't
way,
even have one.
But it's the way the news dribbled out. So, everyone made fun of him, ourselves included. Then it's like, hey, man, it turns out, because he said, I did not know they suspended his license. They go through the records. The next bit of news that dribbled out was they never suspended his license. So everyone's like, hey, man, you guys feel bad for making fun of him, which I never did. And then we found out today it's because he doesn't have a license to suspend. So now it's a whole different set of issues that he has to face. This guy,
he is not the brightest.
My God. Seems like a nice guy, but not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. You got to suspend it or you don't have a license. Like, people forget. You might not know your taillights. It's just so easy to get pulled over for a minor infraction.
It's like saying we suspended your marriage license, Ted.
But
I'm not married.
I'm not married. But Ted's not smart enough to realize that and says, oh, my God.
I never got married.
I have to get divorced. Because I never, and then one day we go, Ted, you're not married. That's how smart this guy is. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Yes, Stephen Thrill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Christina. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Christina, you understand how this here game is played?
I sure do.
All right, today you have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me, in other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, Hit Me with Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional weapon that someone chose to use as a weapon.
I always like the one Bite Me.
All right. All right, Christina, here is your story. Loaves of bread have been taken off the store shelves in Japan after the remains of a small animal were found inside of them. Production of the bread was halted at a Tokyo factory, with 104,000 packages of bread being recalled. Naturally, the company apologized, and they promised compensation, quote, "We will do our utmost to strengthen our quality controls so that this will never happen again. We ask for your understanding," blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Japanese media report, they said at least 2 people who bought the bread, they complained to the company about finding something gross in their bread. And the company also makes rolls, bagels, muffins, so they're recalling all this crap. Now, keep in mind, Japan boasts relatively high safety food standards, but the nation has been rocked by food woes recently, including 1,000 school children sickened by milk and 2 who got sick after eating a steak at a restaurant, both earlier this same month. And now the hits keep on coming with the bread, which begs the question, what kind of small animal were people finding in their bread? Was it rats? Was it bats? Was it frogs, or was it moths? So rats, bats, frogs, or moths. What protein-heavy surprise were people finding inside of their...
All right, Dr. Seuss.
I know, rats, bats, frogs, or moths.
I didn't even mean to do that. I thought the same thing. Like, Jesus. Rats and bats and frogs and moths.
You should have just made it dogs.
Oh, damn.
Rats and bats and frogs and dogs.
I'm thinking of moth. I'm thinking of moth. What do you think, Ted?
Thinking moth? I mean, here's the deal. Moth is the obvious answer because it's a small animal that ended up in a lot of bread. But I don't think that's the way Mr. Thrill plays the game.
Oh, you think you know.
These are bats.
Bats.
That says bats.
Hey, look, if they can bite, what's her name from the Pretty Reckless, they could end up in bread.
Okay, what's her name?
Cindy Lou.
Well, God damn it. I know.
Taylor Momsen.
Taylor Momsen, yes.
All right, Christina, what did you say?
I'm going to go with moth.
You're going to go with moth.
What'd you take there, Montgomery?
I would take frogs.
Frogs.
Okay. What was in the bread? Rats, bats, frogs, or moths? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's time to dust off your glove, grab your bat, and hit the road for some baseball. But before you head to the game, make sure your ride is in top shape. At Axton Automotive, our skilled mechanics ensure your vehicle is running smoothly so you can focus on cheering for your team. Don't strike out this spring. Get your car ready for baseball season. Visit AxtonAutomotive.com or call 360-685-7976.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories by me on profile. This bread was recalled in China after something was baked into the bread. That's Japan. Sorry. That happened to be an animal. So the question is, were rats baked into the bread? Bats, frogs, or moths?
And Christina, that is the very question that we posed to you. Someone on the text line says, I'd be surprised if it's not frogs. I lived in Japan, and this time of the year, there are frogs everywhere. Matt in South Dakota says, I hope the hell it wasn't bats found in that Japanese bread. Yeah. And then, Ted, someone who agrees with you, they say, you got to guess the oddest one. Least chance. That's how Mr. Thrill does his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Christina, you guessed a moth. It was not a moth. I'm sorry. Miles, you went with frogs.
I did.
Yeah. No Kermit. Ted Smith, you went with bats.
Bats.
No way.
Damn it.
The standard rat. It was rats. Mm-hmm. There's rats in the bread.
Get out of here.
Well, just rats in the bread.
Well, we all win our consolation prize, a filtered pack of cigarettes. All right. Is it time for TV Time with Ted?
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Harsh out there.
Tough crowd today.
All right, your choices. You got Seth Meyers.
Okay.
The Jimmies.
Fallon Kimball.
Stephen Colbert.
All right.
Tomlinson.
Taylor.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
Right there in the title, isn't it? All these guys have teams of talents and writers. Hope it's the one wrong. How the hell?
The first ever manned flight of the Boeing Starliner spacecraft launched after multiple delays with two NASA astronauts on board. Boeing seems to have trouble getting to Cincinnati. Should they be headed into space? I don't know.
God, I hope that's you, Ted. I'm going to say you.
Kimmel.
The first ever manned flight of the Boeing Starliner spacecraft launched after multiple delays with a pair of NASA astronauts on board. Boeing seems to have trouble getting to Cincinnati. Should they be going Should they be headed into space? I don't know.
We both know that's Covington, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. In an effort to boost the birth rate, Tokyo is launching a government-run dating app. Apparently in Japan, they have government benefits and government with benefits.
Hey now.
All right. Fallon. That is Fallon.
In an effort to boost the birth rate, Tokyo is launching the first government-run dating app. Ooh. That's nice. Apparently in Japan, they have government benefits and government with benefits. Yeah.
A 90-year-old, a 90-year-old man in Kansas was named the world's oldest truck driver, which is easy in a state with no hills or turns.
The test one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's flat out there. What's your Kansas joke? You watch your dog run away for 3 days?
Yeah, I met a woman in Hawaii. She was living there, and she's like, I'm from Kansas originally. I'm like, you don't like Kansas? And she was just so droll about it. Just, you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. It's like, God damn, sounds awful.
Down in South America, the Peruvian president allegedly dropped her duties to get plastic surgery. And this has happened before with world leaders. Woodrow Wilson famously went AWOL to get his Brazilian butt lift.
Colbert.
I'll say Fallon.
That's Colbert.
Down in South America, Peruvian President Dina Boluarte reportedly dropped her presidential duties for 2 weeks to get cosmetic surgery. This has happened before in world leaders. Woodrow Wilson famously went AWOL to get his Brazilian butt lift.
You didn't try to say the name?
Nope. I wasn't going to try to say it. I wasn't going to try to spell it. I just left that one out.
So why'd you write Churchill?
Honestly, because I put the jokes in the system first and I forgot it was a Woodrow Wilson joke. Hey, you knew what it was.
I got you.
Also, BBL Drake. Soccer star Leo Messi recently announced a partnership with the makers of White Claw to launch a new sports drink. Seems like a waste of money. Seems like a waste of money, though, since most people already associate White Claw with Messi.
I hope it's you, Ted.
I'll say Fallon.
Colbert.
That's Seth.
Soccer star Lionel Messi recently announced a new partnership with the makers of White Claw to launch a new sports drink. Seems like a waste of money, though, since most people already associate White Claw with Messi.
All right, so yesterday I was telling you about this new Netflix. I haven't been able to speak all day.
That's all right. You only talk for a living.
I don't know. Even earlier today on my phone call with my brother, I was like, just give me the word.
You know what, man? But you're not wrong. The fact that they keep raising the rates and stuff, we should just call them Netflix.
So I was talking about this brand new documentary called How to Rob a Bank. Mm-hmm. All right, and it was based here in Seattle. Now I was wrong yesterday, and I talked to Mike about it. It's not a big deal. When I started it,
big deal, Ted.
It was a big deal to me. I hate being wrong and sounding confident. He was inspired by Point Break. Not that the movie was inspired by him.
All right.
So basically this guy, and people that live in this area remember this because this is in the 90s, Scott Skurlock. So he's born in Virginia.
Okay.
Like kind of lives a strange, he's just a different kid, right? So they're preacher's kids.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them. They're growing up, and preacher's kids generally will do anything they can do to prove they're not goody two-shoes.
Of course.
So it's like his sister says, like as we got older, everybody else kind of grew out of it, the kids. He kind of stuck with it. And they would talk, his buddy from then, they would talk about breaking into houses, and they wouldn't steal anything. This Scott guy was just really interested in like, all right, let's learn to pick locks.
Okay.
So then he's out in Hawaii living in some weird compound. Starts growing weed there. The guy finds out, kicks him out, blah, blah, blah. Goes up to Banff to live in the wilderness for a while. So he ends up at Evergreen State College here in Washington, right?
That is a glowing reference for Evergreen.
Well, listen, I don't think anybody's going to deny Evergreen State College is definitely, I think it's a good art school, but it's
Evergreen.
Right. I mean, it's a hippie school.
Very liberal.
Correct, right? It was always kind of a hippie school. So while he's down there, and the guy, he's kind of counterculture-wise.
Yeah.
But he's also really interested, and he's just one of those people that will do the research and can learn it. You don't have to teach him everything. So he really gets into science and this and that. While he's in school, he starts making methamphetamine in the lab.
Okay.
Right. Now, I don't know if it's important or not, but they've mentioned the fact that, like, they would do some of the meth, but apparently he made the highest quality meth you could buy, and him and his friends would, like, do it, but they weren't doing it, like, all the time. They made a point. Like, his friends were like, we would kind of party for a few days and then take time off.
Okay.
He also builds this massive treehouse in the wilderness outside of Olympia. I mean, you're talking 60 feet up where you could just stare over the top of the trees, but it has a kitchen. It's got a tub.
Damn.
Right. He would always joke that they built it in 2 weeks because they were high on meth. Obviously, they weren't. So then his main connect, the guy he would sell his meth to, he only dealt with one guy, gets shot and killed in a bad drug deal. So he's like, I can't do this. I'm not part of that.
Yeah, I don't want the violent part.
Right. So him and his buddies are trying to figure out what to do. They go see Point Break. And he's, like, I don't know if people remember, but when you watch Point Break, like, it looks cool.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I know we're talking about robbing banks, but it looks cool.
Chili Peppers were in it.
They were.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So him and his buddy come up with this plan. They rob one bank, and they just wore like a mask, or they wore the same mask. But they after they rob this one bank, they just get the tellers. So they're like, all right, this isn't worth the risk. We got to figure out a way to get into safes.
Yeah.
And his friends also like, there's no nonchalant way to walk into a bank with a Ronald Reagan mask on, right?
Yeah.
Like we got to. So he looks up, his other buddy looks up Hollywood prosthetics and this and that. They figure all this stuff out, right? And they're basically just trying to get money. So then they start hitting banks, and he starts robbing them by himself and going into the safe, which is very odd, right? Because you got all those people out there and everything. And this is the 90s. And like I didn't even think about
Everyone's
this.
in the bank.
Right. And at this point, Seattle is booming, right? As the town, people, if you grew up here, you know this. There was two industries, right? You had Boeing and you had warehousing.
Right.
Right? But then, what was I going to say? Like, boom, Microsoft shows up, right? Some of the Amazon stuff starts. Starbucks is turning into the biggest company in the world. So there's banks on every corner, and they're full of cash. So I guess bank robberies were kind of a thing. It's kind of sad. I didn't realize that if you were a teller at a bank, you just know at some point you're
going to get robbed.
Yeah. Right. And also I should mention that like bank robberies aren't victimless crimes because the person who, when you got somebody pointing a loaded weapon at your head, like that's traumatizing.
Right.
But they're just good. He's good at it. Right. And I mean, just trust me, watch this documentary. I can't explain to you, like, not only do they learn how everything works, he's so good at it and did so much research on who would have the key and this and that at first they think he used to work at a bank. They're just
so that's the first suspect list they're going down, right?
And he's using all the terms that you would only use if you work in a bank. So they're getting all this money. They're, burning the clothes. They're doing everything you would do. And it's
how much money did they, through the course of their entire spree, did they give like a lump sum of this is how much they actually made off with?
Yeah, so they're getting like 100 there, 100 there. By the end of it, they end up knocking off 17 banks. They're over $1 million.
Damn.
Right? But also
in cash.
Right. So the FBI gets involved, and I'm sure people might text in or whatever, but like the FBI agent, which was odd, they started going door to door because they called the guy Hollywood because it was so much like Point Break. And they knew it was Hollywood makeup.
But the movie came before the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So then they go out, and the FBI did something different they don't usually do. And listen, I have a buddy that was on the Seattle PD for 20, 30 years. I was texting with him. He's like, I was on the force. I remember that. The FBI starts going door to door and just asking people. And they make them into like a celebrity, right? They're using the Seattle Times. They would go on radio state. Like they would come in here, the FBI would, and be like, can we tell people if you have
So this is
any
intentional trying to build this guy up.
Correct.
Okay.
Kind of build up his ego too, and maybe he'll rob.
Maybe make a mistake.
Correct.
What was the name of this documentary one more time there, Ted?
It's on Netflix. Was it How to Rob a Bank?
How to Rob a Bank.
Yeah. So then finally, and I don't know how, like the FBI agents aren't giving out all the details.
Of course.
But the main guy is just very good at it. So like by the time they get to 16 in like the last banks, he's minutes away. But he just picked the wrong bank because they figured out like
was there like a pattern that the FBI kind of recognized?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's also wild too because it's just it's Madison Park, it's Lake City, it's this and that, and you just like I'm saying I know all these spots.
Yeah.
And they do a good job of showing you like old footage and everything. It's kind of crazy to look at what Seattle looked a lot like when we moved here, as opposed to what it looks like now.
Sure.
Yeah. So then finally, Thanksgiving Eve. Most people have the day off. People are going to drop a bunch of money in the banks. They do this last job. It doesn't go, they get the money, but there's die packs. They're freaking out. They've had to get another guy involved. Or not die packs. They put little sensors so you could follow them around.
Ah, okay.
They find the van. I forget which neighborhood they end up in. And And at this point, too, like the cops know, the feds know, even they could tell, like his attitude has changed. He used to be super cool, very confident. Now it's a little more aggro. So everybody's scared, like,
This guy's about to snap kind of thing, right?
Then the movie Heat came out.
Oh, boy.
They see the movie Heat. Now they're scared because they're like, Jesus, man, this could happen to us. I shouldn't say tool up. They arm up and this and that. So it ends. 2 of the guys get shot. He gets away into the woods, hides in some guy's trailer. They hear one shot. SPD, they end up putting a lot of shots into that trailer, but the FBI is still not sure it's, what's going on. So they surrounded all day Thanksgiving. So I think it was like 97 or something. Like there's just people in Seattle. It's Thanksgiving. Everybody's off. Everybody's gripped.
So are they showing this on TV? Like the local news covering this?
Oh, correct.
Okay.
It was wild.
The B team.
Yeah. Right. So it ends up, 2 of the guys that got shot, they do time. Nobody else ever got convicted. He does end up, the first shot was the shot you knew that ended it. They had a woman that helped him. I guess she never did any time, but she's so distressed, she ends up killing herself.
Jeez.
I think the craziest thing is that, like, look, I don't know who's right or wrong in this, but, like, I get what's SPD did. But the FBI agent, he still seems salty. He never got to talk to the guy. Because he was just like, he was so good. Like, he's like, I just wanted to sit in a room and kind of go at him.
But it makes sense. When that, it's your Batman to the Joker. In a way, hate each other, but also we are the reason the other one exists. Right? So if you're the FBI agent, you've been tasked with, like, you want to talk to this guy. Obviously what he's doing is illegal, but on some level you still admire how well he's doing it.
Yeah.
And you do want to sit down and have that conversation, man.
And look, that's a huge part of it. We talk about it all the time. Like, I think people that want to be cops, part of it is like, those aren't normal people. They don't want to sit at a desk job. They want to do something exciting and this and that. Now, granted, they're on the side, but like it's a thin line. And then for the criminals, they're on the other side of it. But they all have techniques and stuff. So that was the impressive thing is that Scott guy did so much research. Even the feds were like, it's like he knew. So for a while, they thought it might have been a cop. To the point the federal FBI cut out SPD and was doing their own stuff.
Damn.
Like cut him out of the task force. Because they're just like, how does this guy know everything? And he was just one of those people.
Did his research.
Wow. Let's see. Tonight, we finally got some playoffs back. Game 1, NBA Finals. That's over in Boston. First game. You got the Dallas Mavericks going in there. Kyrie Irving, I'm sure, is going to have a tough time.
Watch the game for that.
He was not super friendly to Boston when he left, and Boston's not going to forget. But, yeah, that's over on ABC if you want to watch it.
And the game just got underway, too. So, like, think about how late that is on East Coast.
Oh, God.
I mean, if you're at the game, it's still Thursday night.
Dude, I did it for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
I was at my uncle's house, and we had this giant, we had lobster bake and chick grilling and this and that. But most people left by, people with kids were like, game doesn't start till 8:30.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to Men's Room.
With an American Standard heat pump system, the future of heating and cooling your home is already here. Bringing constant comfort to your home, American Standard heat pumps are energy efficient, reliable, and ready for tomorrow, today. Plus, making the upgrade from your traditional furnace or AC unit is easier than ever before with home energy offers, rebates, and tax credits. Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification. American Standard, built to a higher standard.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. Parents can send instant money transfers, automate allowance, and more. Plus, keep an eye on spending with real-time notifications. Join more than 6 million families building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get your first month free at greenlight.com/Odyssey. That's greenlight.com/Odyssey.
Gatorade. Studied, tested, proven. With over 50 years in the making, it's scientifically researched and game-tested to help replace the electrolytes you lose in sweat. Buy 2 Gatorade 28-ounce bottles for $5 at 7-Eleven today.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Just a regular day in Texas as a giraffe tries to take a kid from the back of a pickup truck. Meanwhile, Texas charges you for power when it's out for days. That sure does suck. To a New York apartment where a woman finds a python under her sink. Woman finds out why every night her corgi is gone in a blink. And turns out that the Red Bull can give you wings and a tow truck. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
Tom, so we go to Texas, where the zoo isn't always as fun as you think. A family was driving through the open environment zoo where patrons can drive through and see animals roaming free and even feed them as they approach their cars, which is exactly what our family was doing, utilizing the bed of the truck that Dad was driving as a more open and comfortable viewing experience for Mom and 2-year-old daughter in the back.
Jesus, dude.
I mean, I understand the concern, but I also feel like it's the animals that you're going to experience in there for the most part are herbivorous. They're not
right.
They're not attackers. They're not predators. But things took a jarring turn when a giraffe came by the truck and helped itself to the food in their buckets, and then grabbed the 2-year-old daughter by the shirt and lifted her out of the truck bed.
That's a great story.
Luckily for all parties, she didn't make it far out before the animal dropped the child back into Mom's waiting arms, and they continued on their voyage. Nobody was harmed in the incident.
Did you see the video?
Yeah. I saw the still shot image, and that was like a crane picking a kid up.
Look at the dread. They're like, oh, it's so cute. And then it just grabbed her and started lifting, like, oh.
And it looks like it just grabs the baby, though, by the clothes, which is almost impressive.
Yeah,
right? Because giraffes have big teeth like a horse.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's one of those mammal things you recognize that this is the infant version of whatever creature you're looking at, and you just treat it different.
Yeah.
It was kind of awesome. We're just watching like the giraffe just in the sunroof. And it's like, yeah, there goes the kid. Oh, grab the kid.
This is a cute kid.
Whoa.
We show my friends.
I'll take this, thank you.
Actually, giraffes can't talk, Mike. I learned today they're the only mammal that don't have vocal cords.
They don't.
Oh, they don't even make sound.
Wait, really?
All right.
Not that they can't talk. Sorry.
I thought you were just goofing on Mike.
No, yeah, they don't have vocal cords. It was almost a big dummy question, multiple choice type of thing. I just didn't get that far, but that's the only reason I know this.
Long ass neck, no doggone vocal cords.
I think that is exactly the reason. Nature's like, yeah, we're not making them this long.
Damn.
I bet you the voice would be real deep. It sounds like Shaquille O'Neal take a talk.
I'm going to go sell toys.
Yeah, I'm going to grab that baby out the sunroof.
I'm a giraffe. Well, you're shortchanging me on the snacks there.
A few more crackers, I'll give you later.
He's as tall as one.
Yeah, no kidding. He grabs one around the shoulder.
Yeah, give him a big hug. Yeah, selfie with his arm around.
Bring it in. Come on over here, buddy.
Can I interest you in some car insurance? How about some pizza? Creamer Inc. Full cream, icy hot.
I loved you in The Lion King.
You're the best role. You're underrated.
Take a bite out, Chuck. Go ahead, just go bite him on the butt. Grab him on his big ass head.
In other news, still in Texas, a man has gone to the media after getting a bill for something that he didn't use. The Houston area recently suffered a power outage that affected thousands of residents for several days. One would think that one good thing that would come out of a power outage is lower electricity bills. But one resident found out that this was not the case. Luckily, he's got a smart meter hooked up to his home, which reports hourly usage of electricity. But he was a little shocked when he noticed that despite there being no power at all to the house, there was still registering that he had used a decently normal amount. He called the local power company to dispute the charges, and after some runaround, it sounds like he'll need to keep a close eye on his charges and challenge them himself if the information continues to be inaccurate. So they were like...
So in other words, they're not going to do anything about it.
Exactly.
Just keep your eye on it. No, man, that's not how it works.
Well, after a while, it'll actually kind of dispute the charges itself, and then it'll like balance it out, and it'll
that's BS.
Change it.
That's
right.
It's like me. I got then a $15 charge from Domino's. I never ordered a pizza.
Right.
And Domino's says, well, we know you didn't order pizza, but you can dispute the charges.
Right. You can dispute it, but our system works that it'll look like you bought a pizza, and it'll charge you that you bought a pizza.
For that.
However, later on the system down the line, we'll check the records, and it'll say that you never bought the pizza, and then it'll just go away, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That is BS.
Keep an eye on it, take a look at it. Like, no, then your meter's busted.
Then why have the meter?
There's nothing in there that should have said that I use electricity.
If the response from the company is that basically our meters don't work, then please remove it and replace it.
Correct.
That's your position. Yeah. I mean, it said that, but you know, it happens.
Down to the Las Vegas area where video evidence can be a bear. An Air Force captain landed himself in hot water after sharing a video online of himself driving his Tesla Cybertruck. Captioned it by saying, quote, Cybertruck makes a U-turn using only my pinky. Checkmate. But he's so badass in his Tesla Cybertruck, Miles.
Don't post it.
I've seen 3.
I've seen a couple driving.
I've seen
quite a few.
I saw a truckload of those things rolling by at one point on my way home one day.
You know what? I've only seen it once in the wild.
Really?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Man, the other night, honest to God, from here to my home, it's about 9 miles, there were 3. Yeah. My wife and I are like, what? And I haven't seen one since. It was just weird, man.
Must have been a big sales event.
5
Credit, they drive better than most Tesla drivers.
Okay.
Because I was behind one. I was like, this guy actually can drive his car.
Our man here makes good on the captain.
I almost got into an accident today with a Tesla driver. Like, they have the yield. I don't.
Yep. Boy, people struggle with that here, man.
He makes good on the caption, indeed making the U-turn using only his pinky, and then proceeds to fly down the residential street, reaching speeds of 83 miles an hour in the 35-mile-an-hour zone.
That's the problem.
Come on, dummy.
This led to criticism in the comments, to which he replied and suggested that he had reached out to his friend in the local PD and had the road closed so that he can conduct his road test. Do you think I'm that stupid?
Yes.
Local media contacted authorities, and they said that they had no report of a closure in that area, and an investigation is underway within the Air Force. And then you start looking at the actual wording of what he said. He's like, you think I wouldn't reach out to my buddy? Like, I think
that's exactly what everyone thought.
Right.
Mike, years ago, we got in a little bit of trouble. We're still in Baltimore, and Ted is going to do a shirtless foot race with our producer. Okay. And just do it on the one block outside of our building.
Cool.
We did not ask for this to happen. We did not know this would happen. But the local fire department, that firehouse maybe 2 blocks away, they blocked one side, and wasn't it just like a random, like 12 or 18-wheeler?
It was a dude like a 18-wheeler. Or
they blocked the freaking street. And keep in mind, like, we're just joking, like they were just going to run down the sidewalk.
Sure.
Miles and I are still in the studio. I can't remember who was, like, reporting back to us, but they were like, dude, the street is closed off.
I think it was John Boucher.
What? And so then the boss, he comes flying in the studio like, you guys can't close the street. We're like, dude, I didn't know this would happen, but they're still in the race. Damn!
I beat him.
Ted won. Yes.
Boy. Men's Room Sports, the Mariners came up short last night against the A's, losing that game 2-1, leading to the rubber match earlier this afternoon. Good news, boys, they came out with a 3-0 shutout victory to take the series, and they'll now make their way to KCU for the 3-game series against the Royals starting tomorrow night.
My understanding is that the Mariners scored more runs than there were fans in the stands.
Oh, that's not a bad call, dude. As Ted said, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is underway between the Celtics and Mavericks. That game over on ABC. As far as your weather, a little bit of cloud is moving in tonight, but expect plenty of sunshine tomorrow with temperatures dropping down to the mid-50s tonight before burning all the way up into the mid-70s tomorrow. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time for a return of Bad Choice Friday and Ted versus the FCC.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, enjoy the sunshine in the city, especially if your name is Schmitty. But in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids to a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, Celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
My neighbor Ned brags a lot about his smart home. So I showed him my ecobee smart home. Turns out ecobee's a lot smarter. So tell the Ned on your block about ecobee. Just yell, "Get yourself a smarter home." Visit ecobee.com today.